Bottom of the mount. Hey,
I think we're live, man.
hey.
We are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. There we are. Now we're live. Welcome,
It's
ladies and
good,
gentlemen.
family.
What's good? We getting everything set up. What's good, family? We here. We are here. Welcome to episode 70, the Around the League edition of the Splash Cast,
Yeah.
the pregame. So we're getting all of our stuff pulled up. There's been a lot of news around, a lot of news. And I still got smoke
Not
for the
much of it
Saints.
good. Not much of it good.
I still got smoke for the Saints though. Like that's not gonna change. It's not gonna change at all. So I'm gonna address. We're gonna address all y'all in the pregame as I pull all of these topics up.
Ooh, boy.
But the Saints, man, y'all too flawed to be in my DMs like that. Matter of fact, that's where we gonna start while I pull all
Mm.
this stuff up. I'm gonna go ahead and address y'all real early, real often. Um, so I went back and I watched the game because I didn't get a chance. Remember, I told you I didn't watch the game, so I really wasn't able to dissect the game as much as I wanted to. So I was kind of humble when it came to addressing y'all uh, in the game. I addressed everybody else that was in my DMs of teams that have no business speaking to me, but I
Ooh.
had to. I did not get a chance to address the Saints fans like I wanted to. So let me address y'all right now. Y'all are not that good, Shade. Y'all are not that good at all. For 3 quarters, you are who we thought you were. I knew exact, and for 1 quarter, we are who we thought we were too. But for that's neither here nor there. Y'all talking too much noise right now to look like a 3-14 team. If we 2-15, y'all 3-14. I stand by my pick that I think we're gonna be higher than y'all in the division. Nothing about you impresses me. Nobody was that good. Y'all had a good 6 minutes of football and a bad 44, and right now 44 is bigger than 6. So what I'm saying is y'all did not look good at all. Y'all still relying on Taysom Hill, and I'm telling y'all gonna be trash. I'm telling you right now, y'all gonna be trash before all the BS happened. Before Michael Thomas' leg fall off, before Jameis Winston goes blind again, before Mark Ingram suddenly steps in concrete, before Demario Davis hamstring goes out, before Taysom Hill all of a sudden becomes the Taysom Hill that we expect him to be. I'm telling you,
Amos.
before all the excuses come out, y'all are some trash. Y'all are trash. Y'all gonna rely on Alvin Kamara to be carrying weights down the street and standing on medicine balls, and he's gonna tear something up again. Y'all are not that great, Shudder. Y'all are not that great.
Jesus.
Y'all not that great. Y'all safeties, other than Tyrann Mathieu, I really have nothing bad to say about Tyrann Mathieu. But y'all didn't win that game yesterday. Y'all didn't win that game. You know you didn't win that game. You know you didn't win that game. That's why there was no football reference when it came to the actual talking of shit. Nobody said anything about the game because y'all know deep down in y'all heart y'all not that good. So stay out my DMs or tell the truth. Welcome to the
Boy, they never
Splashcast, the
tell the truth.
pregame. Welcome to the Splashcast pregame. I had to get that off my chest early, and I'm gonna address it in the NFL segment too.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing is if we're the worst team in the NFL and it took that for y'all to beat us, that is not saying much for you, Seattle. I mean, not Seattle. I'm looking at Seattle Saints, and even moreover, you struggled against Marcus Mariota and a wide receiver at running back.
I'm gonna get into that when we get to the games because I'm gonna talk about if Desmond Ritter plays, we probably beat y'all. Matter of fact,
Yeah. I have that much higher, but this is something that was going to have to happen. We knew we were going to have to struggle with Mariota before we moved over to Ritter. We still have room for growth. What about you?
y'all are at the man. I'm telling you right now, y'all are not that good, bro. Y'all are not that good. Y'all are definitely not that good. And I'm letting you know right now, y'all are not that good. If we 2-15, y'all 3-14. I don't want to hear no
Yeah,
excuses.
we are
I don't want to
cousins.
hear
Know that
nothing.
much.
I don't want to hear none of that. Bad meat worse. Pot meat kettle. It is
And
what
I'm
it
gonna tell
is.
you this: we have better tape to watch than you guys. And I know that sounds like a moral victory, but you can go back and look and see one team that played good for 3 quarters, and I think that it was more coaching than gameplay.
Kicked y'all
I
ass. We
cannot
kicked
say the
y'all
same
ass,
thing.
bro. That if they beat us, like destroyed us, like in the past, some of the games, you know, if they destroy us, I'm typically like, damn, man, we gotta. I come in here and hurl insults before I talk about football if we just get destroyed. But y'all didn't. Man, come on, bro. Come on, man. Jameis Winston, I'm happy you had your Remember the Titans moment. Like that was it. That was the. But y'all don't think you can't think that this is a catapult. This ain't a catapult, Shutter. This is your level. This is where you are.
And I do appreciate a man digging into his reserve at the time when he needed it the absolute most. You can go back and see my tweets. I knew that the rubber had to meet the road for him, or that was going to be the end of Jameis Winston. That I respect. The ability to be able to locate the moment, and in that moment understand that I have to go out and be excellent and be that. Jameis, I give you credit for that, and Michael Thomas too.
Yeah, man, Michael Thomas, you don't impress me at all. Chris Olave, you don't impress me. Jameis Taysom Hill, you don't impress me at all, bruh. Y'all talking about we ran all over y'all. Y'all had 120 yards rushing, and 60 of them came on one run. Y'all at 67 of them
57
came on
to be exact.
57, and then the last 12 was a run too. So y'all had 74 runs on 74 yards on 2 runs. The rest of the game, y'all was some shit. Y'all were some shit, shut it. And y'all know y'all was some shit.
Not even trying to be funny. Y'all can't walk away from this game struggling against the Atlanta Falcons and thinking that this
not
is something
not if we supposed to be 2-15. Rest of the league, that's not a 2-15 team I seen out there. Come on, bruh. Give us our respect, Saints. Y'all everything about y'all is overrated and underwhelming. Everything about you.
Woo! Okay. Big Chopper Reggie in this joint today, boy. Y'all know. He said everything about you guys is non-impressive. I have nothing that impresses me about you.
Nothing
Yes.
at all. With that being said, man, what else we got in the pregame, Shawty? So, I can't.
I left us with a list where we kind of pick and choose what we want to do.
Let's talk. Let's get this soccer stuff out the way while we here, so I don't be tripping no more. Shawty. So. Joseph Martinez, I believe, has been suspended for 1 week for conduct detrimental to the team because he flipped over a table full of chicken and rice in the locker room, I think after their latest loss. Arthur Smith, so I there's a little bit of delay. Arthur Smith called a great game until the end of the game. You can't actually play scared. And if we gonna be here, we gonna be here. I'll address everything. But actually, no, I'm gonna talk about that in the football segment. But I just had to get that Saint stuff off my chest. But when we get to the football segment, I'll talk about Arthur Blank some more. But I don't like people talking trash to me like y'all team is just great. But anyway, Joseph Martinez has been suspended 1 week by the Atlanta United for conduct detrimental to the team, which included flipping over a table of chicken and rice in the locker room. This is significant because this is the best team, supposed to be the best player on our team. No,
it's not supposed to be. He is the best player on our team.
Well, he's not as good as he once was because he has lost a step after tearing his ACL.
But he's still scoring out of. I mean, I think they say he averages a goal every. 45 minutes. I'll take that.
Yeah, but I mean, you could take that, but where we are, our team is built around him, and we have had our struggles, especially since we've changed coaches.
Yeah, soccer is so different because we lost our coach he went to go coach the Mexican national team, I think. What are you supposed to do with that? Congrats.
I have a joke, but I don't want to.
Nope. Let's keep this podcast right where it is. Fantastic. If you don't have anything nice to say, then what do they say? Don't say anything at all.
Hey, man, the Mets, they are still in first place, but they have had
They ain't got nothing nice to say about that.
They have had a rough go of it, man. And Jerry Seinfeld, one of the biggest Mets fans in history, says he blames that stupid trumpet in celebrating the fact that they won the division or winning the division and said that was bad mojo, basically counting their chickens before they roost.
Yep, go ahead. You know we don't play with the juju over here. If you want to play with us more, you're more than welcome to do that. Good luck and Godspeed. Tell me how it works out for you.
Yes, sir.
And if it don't work out for you, trust me, I can tell you some people who will not be unhappy about it.
You know what's funny? Bronny James went and visited Ohio State. And for anybody that's followed LeBron and the James family through social media, they are pretty much like the top of the basketball family. They are the basketball family of social media. And now Bronny is breaking the internet on his Buckeyes visit. And we knew just that it was going to be a crazy time once he started visiting schools.
This is cruel. This is LeBron trolling. At a certain point, you can't do this.
Why not? That's your son.
Here. If he does not go there, you can't do that, man. You already had the decision.
No, man, I don't liken that to the decision. I mean, he's on college visits. I mean, they literally said not committed. He used this as a chance to go to the Ohio State game. That's what it really was, Ohio State Notre Dame game.
Yeah, but good luck. It'll be one more thing in the bucket.
Where do you think he goes? I think he's gonna end up going to Duke. He said, because LeBron said that a long time ago. Yeah, he's going to go to Duke. But Coach K is gone now. He wanted him to play for Coach K. So we'll see.
Could end up in Kentucky.
Nah, I don't see him at Kentucky. I'd see him at Ohio State before he go to Kentucky. LeBron ain't sending him down south. No way. According to the Charles Barkley, the World Wide West spilled the tea on the Mitchell trade. What was the tea? Said that the Jazz wanted my wife, they wanted my kids, they wanted my grandkids for Donovan Mitchell. They were just trying to rip somebody off. Oh, so basically Danny Ainge was being Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge was being Danny Ainge.
Yeah, big robber himself. You know what it's gonna be, and I mean I don't care if you get offended by it. Danny Ainge took teams that they knew were able to be taken advantage of, and that's who he made deals with, the Timberwolves and the Cavaliers. I don't think that's by accident.
Yeah, and he also did. I'm watching the Broncos actually look like a regular fourth place team that I predicted them to be against the Seahawks. But yeah, Donovan Mitchell. I don't understand why people still do business with Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge is out there and is literally telling you, the league hurt themselves. You gave up 6 picks or whatever for Rudy Gobert, 4 picks. Like, you knew you was going to have to give up something.
Would you bank with Bernie Madoff? No. Did I do a deal with Danny Ainge? No. I've seen what you've done for other people, and it's not in a good way. There's nothing positive. People are stupid, but it's not our job because we don't get paid to put these teams together. It is our job to point out when people do foolhardy things like make these type of deals with Danny Ainge, the same guy who believes that Bojan Bogdanovic, Jordan Clarkson, and who is the other person that he wants a first-round draft pick for? And
Jordan Clarkson, Bojan. Yeah, he's silly.
Mike Conley. I was like, bro, in what world is Mike Conley worth a first-round draft pick? And
at 37,000 years old.
You want me to give you the good draft capital and take a bad contract?
Yo, Sneaky, you right, man. Danny Ainge definitely he operates as the mafia. Like, I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse.
Does not. He finds the people who. No, I don't have a positive way to say what Danny Ainge is. He's like a loan shark. He's a predatory trader.
Oh, welcome B-Mac. Welcome B-Mac. I am definitely going to address the Saints in the football segment again. You can rewind if you want to, but I got more smoke for y'all too. Before we go, man, let's talk about Albert Pujols. Albert Pujols moves past Alex Rodriguez for 4th all-time on the Major League Baseball home run list. I'm not sure, but I don't remember Albert Pujols ever being looked in or investigated for PEDs.
Let's be responsible. Albert Pujols and Jack Clark PED accusation.
He had PED accusations?
I don't know the story. Let's just accusations. There's accusations back in 2013. I will say that the fact that he's still hitting home runs at 75 years old.
Yeah, the fact that he's 4th. I said PEDs because he passed Alex Rodriguez, who was on PEDs.
He is a PED.
He passed other players of the 2000s and the mid 90s that were on PEDs. The only person he hasn't passed, that he probably won't pass, are the big 4 of Hank Aaron. Was it Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, and Barry Bonds? Yeah, Barry Bonds. Pujols does not look non-GMO to me. That's the best.
Yeah, that's kind of rude to say about a human. But I mean,
well, hey man. Anyway,
we don't know, bro.
We don't know, but we don't want to take that away from the fact that he
above our pay grade. How about
the fact that he moved up to 4th place is awesome, man. And also the fact that when he hit the home run, he told a young fan, to keep the ball is a really, really big deal.
That's admirable.
The fan lost their father 1 year ago on that day, and he told her to keep the ball and sign 2 more, saying it would mean more to her than it would to him. That's really admirable.
That's dope. Especially when you have these adult men who are shagging fly balls like their life depended on it, taking them from 7-year-old girls. Like, to see the guy who actually has a dog in the fight here about wanting the ball back. And he's like, nah, it means more to you than it does to me.
B-Mac, because you are on the same level. Kudos to Pujols. Kudos to Pujols. Wait. I'm about to say, B-Mac, the Saints are on the same level as the Falcons, bro.
What? Okay.
You didn't watch the same game if you think y'all are just that much better than us. There's no way you could have watched the same game. Y'all some trash, shorty. Y'all are some trash, bro. Y'all are some trash, B-Mac.
We go to the same school, we live in the same neighborhood, and we drive the same car, but we different. No. You can think what you want to, but that's who we are with Marcus Mariota as our quarterback.
Good old Marcus Mariota. But, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the adjective that I would use, but.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the pregame for the Splashcast episode 70. We're going to go right into our HBCU segment. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Sorry. My bad.
What's that black? You see the black square there?
Yeah.
Hey, told y'all niggas I was gonna keep it street, nigga. Hey, thug motivation 101, man. You already know what it is. Hey, let's get it. It's Young Jizzle from the bottom of the map. Got a 50-round clip on the bottom of the strap. Hey. You already know what time it is. Get your hoods up yourself. I do it for the trappers with the rocks. Hey, them OG niggas with the blocks. Hey. You already know. Hey. I'm strapped up. lights out. Cost a cool $250,000. That's how you find me. Hey. Swerving through traffic with them goons behind me. You better call your crew. You gon' need help. Whole car strapped and I ain't talking seatbelts. Red Cross, nigga. Yeah, we draw blood. Whole team got choppers like a bike club. I don't get mad. I just get money. And laugh at these fuck niggas cause they so funny. All a gangster do is stay fresh. 45 with the Gucci Teflon vest. It's Young Jizzle from the bottom of the map. Got a 50-round clip on the bottom of the strap. Hey. I do it for the trappers with the rocks and them OG niggas with the blocks. I'm on fire, kids out of control. Competition want me to stop, drop, and roll. Like I had a flamethrower and some gasoline. Set the city on fire, that's on everything. I walk around like I got a...
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 70 of the Splashcast, the Around the League edition. I'm your co-host, Reggie.
I am your co-host, Norwood. I'm choosing to live above the struggle. I am preaching and living positivity.
What are you talking about, being a Falcons fan?
I'm talking about my life over the last 72 hours. What are you talking about, man?
Being a Florida fan. But hey, if y'all can't hear us, let us know. But we think we got the sound and everything good. Give us a thumbs up if y'all can hear us. Y'all know when it comes to the Around the League edition of episode 70 of the Splashcast, we like to talk about HBCU news around the culture, basketball news around basketball, news including the WNBA, NBA, and college basketball when necessary. As then we talk about news around football, NFL, and college as well. And then we like to round it out with our splashes of the week. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right to HBCU news around the culture, man. And I really wanted to just start this off by talking about Southern versus LSU. For the people that are watching that are not from Louisiana and not familiar with SWAC football and just about Southern University being in Baton Rouge and being the black school in Baton Rouge next to the SEC powerhouse national championship winning team and getting to play on the national stage, that was a huge deal, not only for the football team, but for the band as well. The band has more national acclaim than the football team, but that's just because the band is like really, really good, and the football team is good, but the band is consistently good. So when it came to Southern versus LSU, I said Southern would have a chance to not beat them, but shock them. Right, shock them and play a really good game had LSU beaten Florida State. If LSU had beaten Florida State or blown out Florida State or something like that, then I think at that point, they would have underestimated Southern. But LSU came in there with something to prove. They beat Southern 65-17. But it really wasn't about the football game at that point. It was just a big party, and I had a great time. And I think if Southern did look a little scared. And when I say scared, I don't mean like scared to get hit. They were just nervous. Because, I mean, I will say LSU is a big old stadium, dog. It was like 102,000 people.
There are not many stadiums in the country that are that size. And to go from what you're used to playing to playing in with 110,000 people, that is a normal reaction.
Yeah. McCray, the Southern University, Coach Dooley stuck with McCray, the Southern University quarterback. He had a rough start. I mean, so Southern started out, they fumbled the opening kickoff, so that was 7-0. Then
that's so tragic to start too. You can't, when you start out like that, that's always in the back of your head until you have a massive play. But until then,
well, that wasn't good. Then they got the ball back and they threw a pick six. And I was like, God. Lee.
Help me, please. Help me. Please.
I will say there are definitely 200,000 people on campus, and there were 100,000 people in the game. The whole city of Baton Rouge was there. The whole city of Baton Rouge was there, and people that flew in from out of town. So then Southern threw a pick six. Then the next series, they fumbled a read option. They fumbled the read option. So LSU got the ball at the 10 or 15-yard line for 3 straight possessions. At that point, the game was done at that point. So the one thing, my dad, you see, Kenneth Davis the first, he is an SU true and blue. He follows him as well, and he does make a good point. He's not gonna let me forget nothing. Southern University, eventually, Coach Dooley just stuck with all of his players, and I do want to say kudos to Coach Dooley for Southern University for the way that he played. He played after it got to be 37-0 after the first quarter and 40 whatever at halftime. All he did, he played situational football the rest of the game. All right, it's 4th and 2. This is the play we're gonna run. All right, we're here. Like this was basically a scrimmage against a really good team in the second half, and they played pretty well.
If you're gonna play that game, that's the time for you to get the value out of the game. Okay, we probably just got paid to be here. What we can do is try some of these young guys and see who we're dealing with and get some reps in, because there's going to be 2 things that are going to happen here. You're going to get confident playing against a better opponent. And if you can get a couple W's in a row, you're going to give these guys confidence. So when they go back and they're playing against somebody where the competition is a little bit closer, oh, I've been here before. I feel way more confident. It's like us podcasting. The more that we podcast, now talking in front of large groups of people doesn't scare me. I
at
do it
all
the time.
Yeah. At all. I put on a show. But so I will say, and I made this point to my dad because we were at the game and we had great seats. We were at the 35-yard line.
Jaguar Foundation.
Yes, sir. So 2 things. LSU definitely called off the dogs, and they put in their second string, right? They put in their second string, they put in their third string, they put in their walk-ons. And this is what impressed me the most. Southern played a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores, a lot of underclassmen. The thing about that game is there was not a lot of difference between Southern's freshman and first string and LSU's second string. LSU did have one dude, number 35, Jones. He's amazing. I was watching him the whole second half. I was like, dog, nobody can block him or outrun him. And he's 6'5", 245 pounds.
That is a problem. Or it's a solution if you're an NFL coach.
Yeah. His name is S. Jones. I think his name is Savion Jones. He was everywhere. If he didn't make the tackle, he blew up the play. Other than him, Brian Kelly had to sprinkle in some of the first team to play against the second team of Southern.
Brian Kelly. Oh, my gosh. Let's see more of him playing against more competitions closer to his so we can see if it's him or if it was Notre Dame or if it was him and Notre Dame. I think it's both.
Yeah. But before we move on from the Southern, we did have this fan. Now, you don't see a lot of this at HBCU games. A lot of foolishness like this.
You want to know why?
Look at the audacity. He just walked on there and then just stood there like, oh, yeah.
And comfortable as a big dog. Oh, y'all want me to move?
Yeah, nah. Let me tell you what would have went awry right there. You have now struck an officer. You have now struck an officer. Sir, your life is in danger.
You better not touch me. Do you know who my dad? Yeah, I know who your dad is. I'm going to drag you right out of here, too. Uh-oh. And it's always one police. Grab his head. Grab his head.
You know what I did notice? There's no knee on back and neck. There's no knee and shoulder blades. There's none of that. Hey, man, I know it's a little uncomfortable, but I had to say
it. Now, this is the reason I'm not a police officer. You don't think the time betwixt us leaving this field and us getting you into a place, I might not have hit you with the just to make you understand that you don't look how comfortable he is. Nah, I gotta send a message. This is also a reason I'm not a police officer. I'm not an officer of the law because I will not protect. Unhand me.
Unhand me.
That
Unhand me, you heathen, you scoundrel.
Hey.
But other
right idea, wrong one to grab. Yeah.
But other than that, man, that was a fun time. Positives were taken all over the place, and I think Southern came out and benefited very, very well. Let's look at some of the other scores in the SWAC real quick. Oh, I gotta zoom in. Sorry, y'all. I gotta zoom out. I don't know what I gotta do. Let's look at some other scores in the SWAC. Mississippi Valley State ended up playing Austin Peay. And beat them 41-0. So everybody talks about HBCUs and how we play money games and all that other stuff. We have money games too. So Mississippi Valley State, who is known for, they really haven't been good since what, Jerry Rice? And that's not a shot. That's the truth. But it's also a lot of different circumstances. I don't want to say excuses. A lot of different circumstances. So Mississippi Valley State is criminally underfunded, and they lost to Austin Peay. Sorry, y'all. I definitely had that wrong. They lost to Austin Peay 41-0. But that was a money game that they got paid. Alabama State played UCLA. FAMU beat Albany State. That was actually a pretty good game. Albany State played pretty well.
FAMU, you gotta step it up. And Deion, we don't know how long he's at Jackson State. It could be as short as 5 years, or he could make that his life's work. It's really an open book. It's really up to Deion and what he wants to do. I will say he typically follows his kids, and I think his kids have intentions of going professional.
Well, we know his son's going professional. Shador looks good right now. But FAMU, man, y'all are in threatened. A lot of people picked y'all to be a threat to Jackson State.
Me, I did, and you are disappointing me.
You guys are embarrassing yourselves. And shout out to Albany State, man. Shout out, they have been good for a long time as well. The Golden Rams down there in Albany, Georgia, have been playing well. I know a lot of I know a lot of alumni from Albany State that came from Westlake, and then of course. This train is moving over there in South Carolina.
Lord of mercy.
When I tell y'all that South Carolina State looks like they are them again. They lost to Kobe Durant. They lost a few people to the pros after upsetting Jackson State in the Heritage Bowl last year. Well, Celebration Bowl. I'm sorry, Heritage Bowl.
Somebody said that the University of North Carolina was struggling with a MEAC schedule. I don't know who said that, but they said, yeah, University of North Carolina, well, you put them in the MEAC, and the MEAC might give them hell.
Yep. Reigning MVP of the Celebration Bowl, Shaq Davis, an Offensive Player of the Year in the MEAC, had one catch for 87 yards and a touchdown, and that's really all they need. He outran the entire team. Bethune-Cookman has some rebuilding to do. But South Carolina State, I'm trying to be nice.
They knocked your house over. Well, yeah, it looked like you got some rebuilding.
That tornado from Orangeburg came right on through there and ran through him. South Carolina State's defense is a beast, too.
South Carolina, put South Carolina State on y'all schedule. Stop being chumps.
Stop being scary.
Not far, boy. Come on.
Tulane and Alcorn State. Alcorn State falls to 0-2, 52-0. Grambling gets the first win of the year for them. 46. That was a shellacking. Grambling. Northwestern State. They beat Northwestern State. They had a big second quarter. Shout out to.
I would say so. I would think the Northwestern State would be like, you know what? They did.
They did, man. They played a really good game. Hugh Jackson has Grambling wide open on offense.
And this is the team. That's another team I told y'all to watch. I know everybody cares about Deion, and this is the Deion show. Let me tell you, there are other people coaching black football besides Deion Sanders.
Yep, and Hugh got him out there. Hugh was an offensive-minded coach. Hawkins was 13-23 for 293 yards.
If he can find a way to get an NFL team to the playoffs every year.
I'm interested to know about their running back, Washington. He had 5 carries for 95 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaging 19 yards a carry.
That we can work with. You can win with that.
Yep. And what they're doing is they do running back by committee. So nobody had more than 7 carries for Grambling on the game. But they all averaged, let's see, somebody averaged 19, somebody averaged 9, somebody averaged 5. They averaged 5.8 yards a carry running back by committee. And then, of course, he was going to keep some receivers. Rash and Waters both had 90 yards catching and touchdowns. So Grambling Grambling looks like they got on track. A lot of people talked a little noise about them, including me after last week. South Carolina State versus South Carolina? No. South Carolina got some talent this year. But it would be a good game. You might want to take the points.
Wait. But this is the thing. I'm taking the odds on that one. I mean, I think that in a 10-year span, South Carolina drops one of those.
I think, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. If they play each other consistently, South Carolina State would get South Carolina a couple times. Alabama A&M gave Troy all they could handle. They came back. No, they didn't. South Carolina, Alabama A&M was down 28-3 going into the fourth, but they did win the quarter, and that's one thing that all of the in a moral victory, that's one thing a lot of the alumni and everything were saying was, if once you get blown out, you just want to win the quarter. Dang, did Jerry Jeudy score? Game of the week: Jackson State versus Tennessee State. That Jackson State defense is for real, y'all. I told you, and they just got King Matthias Kiwanuka. Not Kiwanuka. Yeah, Matthias.
I know you're talking about.
Wakuda. That's how I say it. The defensive end / linebacker from Alabama just transferred. So Deion Sanders, what he's doing, and I think you said it before, is getting all those skill players during recruiting and getting all linemen in the transfer portal. Oh yeah, I do owe you a 12-pack, Pop.
Yeah. My portion of the debt has been paid. I want to make sure that is very clear.
I got you. All y'all, everybody got to pay their debt. I got you.
I do not want Davis and Associates looking for me, man.
Said that early.
Yo, back now.
Young man. I need that. But Jackson State of Shedeur Sanders threw a touchdown in the fourth quarter to put the game away. Tennessee State, I am impressed by their defense. They kept that high-powered Jackson State team out of the end zone for 3 quarters. It was only 9-0 going into the fourth.
Jackson State is an accomplishment.
After they just put 59 up on FAMU. Eddie George quietly, he's 0-2, but it's not like he lost a money game, and then he lost to Jackson State.
You got to build a program. That is my biggest thing. I don't care where the coach comes from. He can come from the NFL or he can come from Kalamazoo. It is about building a sustainable program. I do think that the transfer portal, if you're looking for your top tier guys, let them guys get to Florida or get to Bama or get to UGA and be third or fourth string. You want to play or no?
You gotta. Deion is giving you the way. You gotta go and show the blueprint. You gotta show the blueprint. Real quickly. Arkansas Pine Bluff, 76-3. We've had an 86-0 game and a 76-3.
Fight. This went from a football game to a boxing match. You think you're going to score basketball and I'm going to hit 1-3? I'm ready to go, coach. I'm ready to get on out of here.
So, of course, we already talked about Southern and LSU. Texas Southern played North Texas. Of course, that was another money game. And Abilene Christian came back to beat Prairie View. Prairie View had the upset. They were up 13-7 going into the fourth quarter. They played a really good defensive game. Dooley, who came from Prairie View over to, was it Prairie View or Alcorn? Yeah, Prairie View. Came from Prairie View over to Southern. He's known for his recruiting and having a good defense. And obviously he left some of those players there to go up 13 to keep them down. So shout out to them. You want to go to MEAC real quick?
You know what I'm really here for, my boy. Go ahead and play it. Trying to tell y'all, man.
What is it? Hampton? Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
So the 12-pack by Sorrell. Bet a 12-pack against us for Tuskegee. Hampton put that thing on him. That thing-out. Yep. 42-10. Jadakiss Bonds, 5 catches, 133 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
And please get used to hearing that name. Remember that Splashcast told you Jadakiss Bonds was good first. Prepare to see that guy on Sundays. He does not disappoint, and every game he goes and gets him one.
Who's better, Jadakiss Bonds or Shaq Davis from South Carolina State?
It's not fair. You know I'm picking Jadakiss Bonds.
They're the same receiver, though. They're both tall, fast, rangy receivers.
I'm picking the hometown kid every time. And no, I'm not from the 757, but it is my home. I don't care what you say. Fight me. Yeah, I'm going Jadakiss every time. And Jadakiss has been so consistent.
So has Shaq Davis. I'm not
You're
South
right.
Carolina State. I mean, I understand the home.
I'm not going against the Pirates. I'm not going against the Pirates. You know You know how I go. Family first.
Well, you got family at state too.
Hey, my degree right there. At University. Let me tell you, y'all cool. We cool. My mama went there, and clearly all of our family. But where I went to school is Hampton, so I vote with Hampton.
I like both of them. I'm not gonna choose. I think both of them have a chance to make it to the pros and not as undrafted free agents. I think that they can be drafted.
Falcons, if you're looking for another receiver, I'll take him.
Yeah, kiss the game goodbye. They definitely did.
A bar from Brother Sneak.
A bar from Sneaky. So, shout out to them as well. Let's go quickly over to the MEAC. I just want to see. I didn't really follow what was going on over there for sure because we were down at the in Baton Rouge, but the MEAC played. They played.
I was just down.
We'll
Norfolk
get to them
State
data.
whooped by James Madison.
James Madison is a perennial FCS alt. They're like they're the Ohio State of Division II.
Yeah, they're like Richmond and William and Mary. Like, all right, well, I guess y'all.
Hey man,
they win.
Y'all gonna have to look at Central now.
Shout out to Central winning me some money last week. Thank you guys.
Central,
once again, you're going out there doing.
Yeah, they up there 41-0 after they upset North Carolina A&T last year. Central may be the favorite. They looking like they're the favorite in the MEAC right near. Last year? What did I say last week?
No. You said last year. This last week.
I meant last week.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're right. James Madison is definitely moving up because they've been shellacking everybody. Damn.
Keep on going with Delaware.
Central might end up representing the MEAC in the Celebration Bowl. You hear that first. So they're gonna give South Carolina State. The only reason they didn't come is because they got beat by South Carolina State. Delaware State. Delaware. That's a big game, I guess. For the state of Delaware.
Depends on who you ask.
Yeah, if you go up there, I'm sure it is. So that's a big game. So that shellacking happened, but we hope that the culture was fun and everybody got to enjoy it. Talked about South Carolina State and Bethune-Cookman. Howard.
I'm not mad at this.
They look pretty good against South Florida now. They scored first, and they held South Florida scoreless in the first quarter.
And you know what the best part about this is?
They still lost.
They lost to Hampton, so nothing else matters.
They still lost. And of course,
I don't care what you guys do.
Yep, and of course, to round it out, man, Morgan State almost got the upset of Towson. That was a good game.
Hey, that's good for us. We play Towson at the end of the season. I think that should give us some good tape, number one, and I feel like we got to probably be better than Morgan State. We should be looking to win that game, and we need to win that game because that schedule gets very interesting after this very next game.
Beastly, boy. Oh yeah, NC A&T. Let's go look at A&T real quick because they definitely lost again.
Not my problem. Not my problem.
Aren't they in the Ohio Valley? Maybe that was last week. Man.
No, CAA.
I keep going back to CAA. Lord. Where they at? They didn't play this week. I think you're talking about last week. Dad. They lost last week. Yes, AJ, we are going to get to Florida.
Come on, man. Come on. Get to it then.
Well, hold on. Let's we don't really have a basketball segment, so let's talk about the WNBA real quick.
Yes, absolutely.
The WNBA finals are happening right now. The WNBA Las Vegas Aces and
the Connecticut Sun.
The Connecticut Sun and MVP A'ja Wilson for Las Vegas beat the Connecticut Sun 67-64. In game 1, game 2 is tomorrow, I believe. Right?
And I don't care what type of basketball you like or dislike. A'ja Wilson is a very good damn basketball
She's
player.
very good, man.
And I'm not letting these people who say WNBA is not interesting. I'm saying bullshit. I've watched these games, and clearly this one came down. I mean, as bad as you got to think about the playoff games the NBA were, where everybody's getting blown out. These games are coming down to the end every time. And the Las Vegas Aces also lost Liz Cambage, very much like the rest of the world. And they're still here.
Well, I mean, you got the league MVP. You got the league MVP.
Yeah,
so.
but you also have one of the better players in the NBA. I mean, in the WNBA too.
Yeah, that's what. Oh, you talking about? Yeah, and not for nothing, the Connecticut Sun have been a really good team. They got eliminated last year. They are not a slouch. If you like basketball and actually value watching the sport, you will definitely enjoy the WNBA.
No, if you're not a hater, you will enjoy the WNBA. If you don't like the WNBA, just go ahead and get a face tat that says that I'm a hater. I mean that too. Full Gucci Mane.
Oh, man. Strong. But ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the HBCU and basketball segment of the Splashcast. We know why y'all are here. We know we are now going to get to the football portion of the Splashcast. Y'all stay tuned. I got smoke. I still got smoke.
Yeah.
I got smoke from Florida. I got smoke.
We about to rock. We about to rock here. We buckle up. Buckle.
Oh, Lordy Lord. Buckle up. Y'all stay tuned.
You want to go college?
What you need, shout out? Hey, this BD right here, shout out. Hey, man, that noise too, shout out. Hey, man, you can't get no better than it right here. Hey, well, nigga, get the fuck out my trap. Here, chroma, knee and do it 50 more times. Quarter go for 5 and the half go for 9. Still in the trap with them breakdown dime. Hit me on the hip anytime, I don't mind. Why y'all nigga bitch moan and whine? I'ma grind. Stack it in the winter, in the summer, I'ma shine. There's plenty money to be made if Captain's Road, the bank head. There's plenty room to get paid for dope that ain't scared. I got the heart for the J and drove for the dank head. The dope gang still strong like pimpin' ain't dead. Heard what I said, I ain't buying no Yale. Listen, wearing 36 O's more on a triple beam scale. Yeah, look like you got that touching bus shouting. Stand around in my trap, I think you fucking up shouting. Same nigga who told the K getting paid in the trap. Made a song for the niggas and the J's in the trap. For the dope boys in the trap, nigga. The thug nigga, drug dealer, where you at, nigga? I say the dope boys in the trap, nigga. The thug nigga, drug dealer, where you at, nigga? The dope boys in the trap, nigga. The thug nigga, drug dealer, where you at, nigga? The dope boys in the trap, nigga. The dope boys in the trap, now nigga. Everybody in the squad know I got the 5-5. Nigga want that weight, I got it for the high. You can't eat, supply the package I buy. I get it and I cook it and it's gone for it dry. Get a quarter key and cut it down to all dime. Buy my own blow so the profits all mine. How we gon' shine? Same way we gon' grind. Niggas ain't gon' be able to see her. Hey, they gon' think they gon' blind. We got choppers on this bird and I got Dayton's on mine. Triple goes and Vogues, popping mold, blowing pine. 100 brown wood grain wheel in the leg. Oak on the dash and the 12s in the back. Came from years of trapping, staying down with the crack. Now that I made it rapping, I ain't never going back. I'ma let the paper stack till it can't no more. Still got love for my niggas like the blow. Get dope.
For sure. I know y'all over there jamming.
Yes. And I do want y'all to understand that these songs specifically were chosen to start out the Splashcast 24 pack in response to that Falcons Rotimi trash.
Trashiness.
I felt like we needed to find a level set here for good music from the South. And that's the reason that I had to pick things that were representative of our area, of our soul, and just not trash from Maplewood, New Jersey.
Big man.
I don't ever have to hear another Rotimi song in my life. I kind of want to go through the Splashcast master playlist and make sure that he has no songs. If they are, I want to delete them. I never will watch another episode of Power. And Dre is my least favorite character.
Gee whiz, man. You are.
I took that personally. He knew. There's certain things you have to know. I have no business doing this.
Lord. Well, y'all know when we get to our football segment, we talk about news around the NFL, news around college football.
Do you want to be allowed to stay in this podcast?
Josh trolling you, bro. Oh, man.
Let's get to it, man.
Let's get to it. Let's get to it, man. So first off, I know y'all want to talk about Alabama. We gonna get there. But some interesting news came out of Nebraska. So Nebraska, this was upset Saturday. And I know Norwood is happy that all of this happened. But before we get to Nebraska, let's go to Appalachian State. Appalachian State beat Texas A&M. Marshall beat Notre Dame. Georgia Southern beat Nebraska. All these teams were paid millions of dollars and went on the road and beat these teams.
Big trap game. It's you know, you gotta think about that just from a life point of view. I don't believe in paying somebody to whoop me. You paid them people that money, and then they came over, and you basically paid them to whoop your ass. I can't understand in a world that where that works. And you really paid them to get Scott Frost fired. And the worst part about that is Scott Frost is a top 10 Nebraska player of all time.
You could be a good player, don't mean you're a good coach.
You ended that man's legacy at Georgia Southern. Oh, go Eagles! And that is one of my family adjacent teams. So I always support anytime that Georgia Southern does anything good. Also, I want to see, boy, the people of App State.
Boy, in Boone, North Carolina, in the hills, boy, they were turned after App State upset the number 16 Texas A&M.
Moonshine
in
for
Texas,
everybody,
boy.
baby.
Moonshine and nope, not gonna say that. Moonshine for everybody.
Well, said that M&M package, moonshine and.
So let me ask you a question. Now that we're here,
Reggie, is this a
what? What about Texas A&M?
You know, you like to ask. You like to ask cancellation questions too. When you pop up, you're like, "All right, so what do you think about?" Let's
get to the scoreboard. So I'll go through the stories first, and I'll ask you because we got to get to our pretenders and contenders, as I called it, prisoners of the moment, aka Pyrite. LSU coach said, "Yo, pay me my money. Where's the door? If you gonna give me $17 million to go to leave." Ed Ogeron's like, he's still Ed Ogeron.
From when we versed, I'm gonna tell you, there's been a whole story arc for Ed O with me.
That was Joshua Crenshaw. That was not me who said that.
That's not what I was gonna say, but typically people who like moonshine and first cousins also like this. I think everybody knows what that is. So, but let me get back. Coach O, like I have been a big Coach O fan. I think I first found him at USC when he took over. And he got that team to playing good. They moved him to LSU. We got to the story of how he was allegedly flourishing, and this is the
boy,
the
he
best
was flourishing out there at LSU, bro.
He was flourishing, and then he's like, all right, well, things weren't really going my way, so they pulled me into a meeting, and they said, we're basically gonna pay you $17 million, and it's over. And he was like, okay, which door you want me to leave out of?
In classic Edo style, right? That's fine with me.
That you can't not love a guy who's like, oh well, I'll exit peacefully. I have no problem with y'all. Just make sure the money is in my account. What can't you like about that?
Shout out to Edo, man. Shout out to Edo.
All right, bro, you want to coach at Hampton?
We're not gonna go over every game. Yeah, I mean you can recruit. We're not gonna go over every game.
You do it all.
But man, did Bama squeak by today? What happened? There it is. Bama squeaks by 20-19 in Texas. Texas, I have to digress and give you your respect. I said Bama was going to beat y'all by 3 scores. I said it wasn't going to be close. I said y'all are pretenders. I said everything that you could say. I said y'all not going to be good till 2024. I said this is a bump in the road. I said all type of insults. I said Bijan Robinson wasn't going to get 100 yards rushing, which he didn't. But I did not say anything about Texas's defense. I only talked about Texas's defense. I only talked about Alabama's defense versus Texas's offense. I did not know Texas's defense was going to be that impressive. Now, Alabama did have 15 penalties for 100 yards in the first half. But they were good. Go ahead.
I'm going to say this. I put them in elite category. I think that college football is better. Just hear me out. Let me finish my statement, then you can reply. I think the sports are better when Texas is good at football. I think basketball is better when the Knicks and the Lakers are good. Do I necessarily like these teams? No. I don't really have a positive or a negative, but I just think that like basketball is better when the Knicks and the Lakers are good. I think football is better when University of Texas is good. I'm not saying that they're good. I think that Sarkisian has a unique skill set. And he made it very clear, do not drink the rat poison, do not believe in yourself because of one game against Alabama. But I think that also puts him in a very comfortable situation transitioning to Alabama. I mean, not transitioning to Alabama, transitioning to the SEC. And you can probably use that game, even though you lost, to recruit to say, hey, man, we're almost there. Hey, kid, if you come here, we can beat Alabama.
Yeah, you get to sell that dream.
You can restore Texas to its rightful place. And not even that. You can take it to a whole new place because it's in the SEC.
Yeah, so you definitely get to use this game. And he said all the right things in the press conference. We didn't lose. We ran out of time. You definitely get to use this game as a stepping stone. And you already have Arch Manning committed. You already have a top 10 class for 2023. You already have some of the top talent in Texas. You're really starting to get a lot of that talent from Texas to go to Texas. Because the one thing about Texas A&M, yes, they're good. Yes, they're recruiting well. But they recruit a lot nationally. Jimbo still has a lot of Florida connections. So he's getting a lot of players from Florida. And there's still a lot of players leaving the state of Texas to go to other schools or not going or staying in Texas and not going to Texas. How you see Houston being pretty good. How you see Oklahoma still being the standard of the Big 12 conference.
With that said, though, you get over here into this smoke, it is different here. You remember Missouri? Missouri thought they was gonna be something.
Missouri and Texas are not in
Missouri
the
is
same
a
league.
waste in the SEC. A complete and utter waste. As soon as they got over here, they had Michael Sam and what's the other dude who played defensive end, and then that was it.
Both of them out of the league.
Exactly. In no time flat. And now they're a seller team. I don't think anybody, even like the older, I don't think Mississippi or Ole Miss, none of them worry about Missouri.
No,
don't
nobody
care.
worries. Nobody worries
You're just
about
a step
Missouri.
above Andy.
I don't know if they're that bad, man.
That's academics. At least they got good baseball team.
Yeah, no, that might be their thing. But let's answer these questions. Is Bama the real number 2 ranked team? I mean, yeah, they got to be
until proven up. I mean, yes. Who do you think is number 2 then? That's my question.
It can't be Ohio State. Ohio State struggled in 2 games, didn't they?
They struggled against Notre Dame. Man, we know who they are. And I'm not going to say we know. I know who Notre Dame is, and I've been telling y'all may or may not listen.
Notre Dame never has any playmakers on the outside. They have like big tight ends and
good.
slow receivers, but they don't have any speed. You have to if Notre Dame plays a fast squad, they lose every time. And the thing about playing SEC is they're big and fast, so
they're just not good. They don't cut it. They stay out of a conference, but they're not. And you know who they become?
Who?
And you can be mad because I don't care. They become y'all. Preseason ranked top 5 every year, and then y'all play and then just trick it off. Yeah. They didn't call it their UGA.
Okay. Appalachian State defeated Texas A&M 17-14 in a ugly, mucky game. And we said last week that Texas A&M, even though they won, I was like, man, I think they weren't I think Sam Houston State they played. They
You
weren't
called it.
far ahead.
I
was
didn't
like,
pick this one. I did not pick this one. I was like, Reggie talking that crazy talk.
I said App State. I was like, look, man, App State almost
for sure
beat.
said it. He said, you got to watch them now. They might pull one. I was like, man, you talking crazy. And then
Here we are. Another in
tell you
College Station. How bad do you
you-
think Jimbo is now?
I think that this is bad. I think this is bad for Alabama.
Alabama?
Yeah, I think they're gonna be coming in there trying to knock their block off now. Yeah, all I can. I mean, I don't think that all I can do.
My dad
you
is
could still.
disrespectful. Missouri will never win the SEC playing cheerleaders,
And that is a quick scope.
and y'all wonder where I get it from.
Apple and tree, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, for me, I would stop scheduling Appalachian State and Georgia Southern. I'm going to find a new team to play. I honestly rather play Vanderbilt than play Georgia Southern or App State.
The Sun Belt was beaming yesterday, man. The Sun Belt was beaming yesterday. So shout out to App State. And it really wasn't a lot of big plays. It was just they were the better team. Like they just executed when it mattered every time. Here comes AJ with USC.
You know that's my sleeper team, so I kind of got to rock with him. I'll make a joke about his emojis later.
Well, now we tell y'all. Now we love the black coach at Notre Dame. We hope he
finna be
gets
fine.
all the success. But we told y'all Notre Dame ain't good. We tell y'all this
Hey, hope you
every
land on your feet, brother.
single. And I'm gonna respond to Norwood when we get to Florida about his shot at UGA. But there is one team that may have them beat when it comes to being overhyped every single year, and it is Notre Dame. It is Notre Dame every year, and they every time they play somebody good, they get beat. They get upset by somebody every year, and I ain't talking about in conference upset because they ain't in no conference. So every year they get beat. But as y'all are talking about USC, as y'all talking about USC as your sleeper, Notre Dame will do what they do best. They lose in the early of the season, then they run the table at the end.
It's over. You lost to Marshall. Get out of there. Get out of there. We will not. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
They ain't even
Your
put
season
Marshall
is
picture
over.
up here. They just
And that
they
they
put
found
Ohio
another
State.
respectable team. And Marshall ain't been good since Chad Pennington or Randy Moss. Boy, hell on. But Notre Dame, I don't know why people believe in Notre Dame every year. And I think that the people who believe in Notre Dame are probably willing to make trade deals with Danny Ainge. There is an insult in there.
Boy,
and
that is a mean insult. God, y'all don't know that. That's a mean insult. But so of course, Notre Dame lost. Baylor gets upset. The number 9 team in the nation got upset by BYU.
I didn't believe in Baylor from day one either. If you go back just a few podcasts, I told you about all these guys up here. It wasn't here. Now here I am being right again.
Oh man. And then let's all right, ladies and gentlemen. In prisoner of the moment news, there's Florida that loses to Kentucky again in the swamp again to a quarterback that drinks coffee with mayonnaise again. You can't name nobody else on that team because, as you so eloquently put, Rodriguez, their best running back, didn't play. We don't know who any of
that's not factually true. Cavassier Smoke is good too. It's good last year.
You said, I quote, Rodriguez is their best back. He's not playing.
I forgot about Cavassier Smoke. But, and yes, I was not wrong about Florida. I think that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. This is what you call not a pivot. It's more of a disclaimer. Go ahead.
So Anthony Richardson, I said that he has the best skill, the best toolbox of all players, but he didn't play last year because we decided to play. I would definitely take Prime. We decided to play Emory Jones, which is kicking us in the butt now. He was inaccurate, But this is kind of like the Falcons game to me. I don't blame Anthony Richardson. I blame Billy Napier. And I'm going to say this now. I did not say this after we won versus Utah because he got us home with a W. I'm not going to criticize you if you get the W. But one thing that does concern me about Billy Napier is he's extremely conservative. He just does not push the ball down the field nearly enough for a guy with a cannon, number one. Number two, and you and I have spoken about this at length. We run that wide receiver screen until it is beat. And me and my dad talked about it this morning. You just cannot continuously run the wide receiver screen over and over and over. Number one, it's a dangerous play. You're playing around in the backfield, just defenses figure it out relatively quickly. Now, the thing about it is you can put numbers out there.
He ain't even pivoting. They just trolling you.
Yeah, just haters.
Go ahead.
But yeah, so what happens is we try to get numbers on the outside, pitch it to the receivers, and see if they can beat them. But that takes away the scheme, and you're only looking at, can I outrun this guy or can we block him with numbers? We have to go back to scheming. We have to get more creative in this playbook, and we have to be able to throw the ball down the field with Anthony Richardson. Billy Napier, I let you rock when you led us to the W with the Utah Utes, who went out and won 73-7. But this game here, this was a game that I'm not blaming the team. I'm not blaming the personnel. I am blaming you, Billy Napier. This is your first loss. That's your loss. You hold that loss just like we told Arthur Smith to. And just you got to play aggressive. You got to play to win. That's what we do here. Now, come on. Where the firing squad at? Shoot. Shoot. Everybody who got a gun, shoot. I know y'all want to shoot. Go ahead. That's why.
So let's start with your first point. You said you're not gonna blame Anthony Richardson. He was 14 of 35 for 143 yards and 2 interceptions. His QBR was 3. That deserves blame. One of the interceptions was a pick six. The other interception, they got the ball at the 1 yard line. He is the reason. If you take 14 points away from 26, that makes it 16-12.
But you have to see the play. He threw the ball. And if you're the quarterback, if you throw the ball, then that's your interception. But Billy Napier has to do a better job. And I want to shoot Anthony Richardson some bail. We have one of the most complex offenses in the NCAA. If you watch, there is no play that goes by. Wait, hold on. Okay. Just put a pin in that.
They light you up in the comments.
We ain't seen you in a long time, Albert. So I'm glad that your team is finally good, so you'll come back. But
my dad on your side.
Billy Napier has to, like your dad said, we got to play to win the game.
I do agree with that, though.
That wide receiver screen to death is not the answer. And no, I'm giving Richardson a lot of credit. Our offense, if you notice, we run an NFL offense. There's at least one player in motion every play. And he is making the pre-snap adjustment off of that every time. There are not many
failed to do so in this game. He was 14. You can't justify a pick six and then a pick that returned inside the red zone. You can't justify that and blame it on the coach. It was the pick six was the same out route that he threw the pick six against Nakobe Dean. It was the exact same play.
That's because we run the same play.
So then there's no growth. That's his fault. Now, I will say I agree with you. You got to be aggressive. And I also think that Billy Napier definitely should have kept running the ball. Trevor Etienne was averaging 5 yards a carry. Johnson Jr. was averaging 9 yards a carry. Like, I don't understand why you stopped running the ball and kept trying to put the ball in Anthony Richardson's hands. I don't know.
I had a whole weekend of getting a lead and watching my coach play conservative and blow it. My life melted away. Now, this what y'all wanted anyway. Yes. Had to sit here all weekend and watch every team I have a lead. Have the lead. Me get my confidence up. I'm feeling good about myself. I'm ready to talk shit to y'all. I'm like, woo. Y'all are, and just watch. First Saturday. I watched my team get up, and I'm like, you know what? They inexperienced. This is Anthony Richardson, first year playing quarterback. Billy Napier, his rookie season as a head coach. I took that one. Then come back and watch the Falcons Falcon in Falcon-like way. Oh, then watch the Braves. I'm near emotional breakdown. I ain't just here in body alone, y'all. And they have to come back. These weekends are not long enough. We need to add another day to the weekend. We gonna have weekends like this. My whole weekend was ruined. How you lose 3 games in 2 days is beyond me, but
and it doesn't get easier for Florida, man, because y'all got a hell of a schedule this year too. So
I'm drinking Chick-fil-A lemonade and tequila to make it through. Right now. Moment of transparency.
Nobody knows. Oh Lord, let's go.
Wait, shout out to Hampton though. Thank you guys for understanding the assignment.
Yeah. Let's go to
now they don't even want to talk about football. This is what y'all really wanted to do. Y'all just wanted to get in here and just watch me struggle for 15 minutes.
It is gratifying.
I cannot wait for y'all to start losing. And come on back, AJ. Bring your ass on back. Now, y'all, nobody has cared about USC football, and this is the even worse part about it. I actually think that y'all might be a good team. I've been an advocate for your team. Now, nobody has even listened or cared about your team in the last, since Reggie Bush in the Heisman Trophy. And now you want to get in here talking about USC? Man, the audacity. I'm going to tell you that right now. You find and have several seats.
USC did look good, though. Jordan Addison transfer from Pittsburgh, Biletnikoff winner. Man,
I picked them.
They look good, man. Hey, Falcons.
Where were you last year? AJ? And the year before.
We off the rails. We addressing all smoke. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, we addressed all the smoke today.
Hey.
All of it.
Hope you got an N95
on. What else, man? What else happened in football? I think that was it. Let's get to the NFL real quick.
That is it.
Just disappointment. It was just pure disappointment is what happened in the NFL
today.
today.
Right beside me. You won one more game than me, Reggie. Relax.
I don't have to relax. My team was good. My team, I got something.
What ain't nothing worse than my team when your team just got good?
That's all y'all have been to me my whole life. That's all y'all been to me, our whole friendship.
Girl who gets into a relationship and then she all over Instagram. Oh, well, me and my man and me and my... Nobody wanted you a week ago. You get one little measly boyfriend.
Boy, I know you ain't got no jokes. Y'all like the 40-year-old woman that's still dressing Forever 21 talking about the good old days. I still look as good as I did back then. What are you talking about? You still reference 2006. I got back-to-back titles in decades. Man, shut up, man.
You know talk about Halle Berry and Carrie Champion like that.
Because y'all not Halle Berry, nor are y'all Carrie Champion. What the hell are you talking about?
You said that we're 40 years old and we talking about a championship in the past.
Yeah, of the past.
Yeah. We still beautiful.
No, you're not. Y'all not. No, y'all not. Y'all look like the lady that puts on bad lipstick over meth mouth. That's what y'all are right now. Y'all out there looking like a two. Y'all out there looking boo-boo.
No, okay, no, not no Tebow. Please don't forget about Kyle Trask and your starting tight end, Kyle Pitts. It was not that long ago.
What happened? That's lipstick on the pig.
You don't even have a college football team. Identify yourself before you come in here. It's a war zone.
It is a war zone.
System. You just hating. He ain't got no team, no affiliation. Yeah, I just came here to hate.
Yeah. That's normally how it goes. I told y'all, football season, it gets spicy here, dog. Damn.
Man.
But what happened? Let's see. Who else got hurt? Let's go to NFL real quick. Justin Fields beat the 49ers. Now, I'm not going to put a lot of stock in this 19-10 win. They did just enough to win. 49ers were missing George Kittle, who's a big part of their team. Mostert ended up spraining his knee. He was out for now extended time. And they played Trey Lance, who was making his first NFL start in the rain in a horrible game.
What are the Bears missing? Like, what do the Bears have to miss? The Bears signed Alex Leatherwood. Let's make sure we're very clear about the guy that the Raiders said they tried to trade to anybody. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. These people just want me to look like a fool. There's no way in a million years I thought the Bears gonna win this game. And then what the Bears gonna do?
Win this game.
Even this, how do I take a loss for a team that's not even mine? I can't.
Nobody, but in defense though, nobody picked the Bears to win. Justin Fields was highly motivated because if you remember, Justin Fields was supposed to be the number 1 pick. Justin Fields is supposed to be the first not number 1. Yeah, number 1 pick. Justin Fields is supposed to be the first quarterback taken. And the 49ers, who had an interview with Justin Fields, traded up and then took Trey Lance. So instead of listening up in San Francisco, you end up with the Bears, who have absolutely nothing going on.
That boy, that's a Tom Brady move. You gonna go with that fucking guy?
Okay, bet.
Okay.
And
I've been waiting for this.
And this is a troll too. This is a troll too because they played last year in San Francisco in the game like this, and San Francisco was sliding through there all the time. Nick Bosa and all of that stuff.
Oh, I love the pettiness. Now, number one, Chicago, you could not get me to play on this field. This looks terrible.
Yes, man. You are tripping. If they gave you the amount of money that they pay, you would play. I play. I go out there tomorrow. No training. I pull my hamstring for $15 million.
Please look at this field with patches in it.
It's so much rain. Yeah.
No, sand patches. That's sand. Right there, that's sand. That's sand. I've worked for a professional team. I worked for a baseball team. I know what a field is supposed to look like. And let me tell you this, Reggie. I worked for a minor league single A team. We never had a field look like that. And this is a football blue blood.
Yeah.
Now, this looks like a rec league. And not even in a good county. This looks like the road trip you take, and they probably a good football team with a terrible field.
What does this say about Trey Lance? Because as you said before, Jimmy G is just kind of biding his time. But the 49ers can't do anything. Go ahead.
They're hiding him. He is hidden. His nickname needs to be hiding in plain sight. I've never seen a human be more invisible.
I will say, I think this is one team, and when I say one team, the 49ers, that nobody says, not 49ers, the Bears. This is one team people are not prisoner of the moment. Yes, they beat the 49ers, but nobody believes that they're good.
No, why would you?
Because they're the Bears. What else we got?
It's not just the coaching, it's the general manager. They can't even pick good players.
The Ravens beat the Jets 24-9. But nobody really cares about that game, even though Lamar Jackson did look good throwing the ball he did look good throwing the ball in the pocket, but it is the Jets. But the real story about this is Lamar Jackson and the Ravens failed to reach a deal before the deadline, in which it's come out that the Ravens offered him between $150 to $180 million guaranteed, I think it is, or maybe it was 120 to 150. No, because it was more than Kyler Murray, making him the second highest paid quarterback with the second most guaranteed money. Right. And he's like, I want 250 guaranteed. I want something better than Deshaun Watson's deal.
Better go get you a second mortgage. Better go get you a payday loan. You might need to call God. But what I'm gonna tell you right now, shout out to my boy Josh Crenshaw. He is really gonna back up the Brinks truck, and he ain't gonna say back it up. He gonna say leave it out front with all my money in it, straight cash on me.
The thing about Lamar the Ravens is like Lamar gonna hit him over the head too. I just hope he stays healthy.
I hope he stays rich a very long time with as much money as he makes.
Yeah. Well, 100%, man. But Lamar did look good passing the ball. The Ravens had a little bit.
Go ahead, offer him some ownership.
Equity. You're going to have to give him some equity or something. My dad said Lamar is tripping. No, man, you want more money. No, you know who's tripping? Cleveland. Cleveland screwed everybody, and now the NFL and the league is trying.
Except the Atlanta Falcons. He helped the Atlanta Falcons.
He helped us a lot. But the league is trying to rectify that situation. You can't, by paying him $238 million over 4 years, essentially.
Reset the market.
You reset the market for somebody that, integrity-wise, doesn't deserve that money. The Browns were tripping, and now, because the owners are like, hey, Lamar.
I don't like to say he doesn't deserve the money. What I'm saying is, you know me, whatever the market will bear is what it should cost. They wanted to buy. They bought him from us. Remember, for all intents and purposes, he was an Atlanta Falcon.
He had the
until
jersey.
They said, hey, 230 straight cash, we'll pay it all to you. So you bought it. You got it. I don't think there's ever been a quarterback that good, that young, and available.
Lamar Jackson's the youngest. You talking about Deshaun Watson? Yeah.
Yes.
But there's a reason he was available, though.
Yes. Now, I do think that Lamar Jackson is on the path to Aaron Rodgers and you guys, where he's going to have all the money, and you guys are not going to be able to have a team. But that's a personal problem because everybody let him sit in the draft room. That's what this really comes back
to. Basketball. Doesn't football get a new TV deal in the next 2 or 3 years? And that's the salary cap will go up, or is that basketball?
Basketball is
because everybody's saying they'd be smart. They should have signed him earlier.
When y'all sat Lamar in that green room at the draft day, him and his mama by himself, he was like, okay, all these people think that they better than me. Now, all I want is my money. Run me my bread. And as Dak got paid, even with a broken leg.
Yeah, Dak got paid with a broke leg. That was a big deal. You ain't lying.
And let's be real, Ravens, you can't walk away from Lamar right now. You got to pay him whatever he tells you.
Yeah. In other news, we talked about the Bills. The Bills destroyed the Rams.
We'll surely take him in Atlanta.
We can't pay him. We can't pay him $200. We're not. If the money he wants, we weren't willing to pay Deshaun. We're not gonna pay Lamar. He want more money than Deshaun. So
that ain't it either.
Jalen Ramsey allowed a perfect passer rating of 158.3 against the Bills. He was targeted 7 times, allowing 6 receptions for 124 yards and 2 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs cooked Jalen Ramsey, and it's unfortunate because the Falcons now have to play against the Rams, an angry Rams team in LA, and Jalen Ramsey is going to try to destroy Drake London.
Marcus Mariota. What you gonna do with this? Thoughts and prayers to this man. This is the plight that comes with being the number 1 cornerback in the NFL. Is as soon as they identify you as the number 1 cornerback in the NFL, everybody's job is to knock you off that list. That's the reason I always tell people, if you watch, you can only be the top cornerback for about maybe a year, maybe 2 years.
Nah, you get 3 years.
After that,
Darrelle Revis you get about 3 years.
Okay, Revis, Patrick Peterson had like 2 years.
Yeah, 3 years. He was
Asamoah.
Asamoah was never the best. Asamoah was exposed in month 13. He was exposed literally as soon as he got traded to the Eagles. They made him play zone, and he looked like a newborn baby trying to walk up the steps. It just wasn't working.
But for me, once you're at that mountaintop, it's already too late because everybody is going to be trying to get one off on you. And I mean, I think that he could be again because he's so young. He could again be the top cornerback. But when they looking to beat you, a receiver only has to do the job 2 or 3 times right a game.
I think Jalen Ramsey, because of the person he is and the competitor, the thing that makes him Jalen Ramsey, not only his talent, is the fact that he's such a mean competitor. He's such a competitor, and there's no way he's going to lose confidence. He has the personality of a cornerback. Even if you beat him, he's just like, yo, we had a tough game. I'm going to be right back. I'm still me. He has no loss of confidence. And if there's any team that you want to play after you've lost your confidence a little bit and to restore it is the Falcons.
Even if you lose your confidence, you still have confidence. Hey, I'm not that guy. I beat him, and that's us. We don't have that confidence.
On the other hand, AJ Terrell, you got a chance to redeem yourself too, because you got to go. You have to guard Cooper Kupp, and that ain't gonna be no joke. What else we got? Oh, that's him talking. He said, plain and simple, we got our ass beat. And you notice his dad is always there with him. And he did that right after the game. Yo, let's talk about this though. This is uninterrupted. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you jump in here. Uninterrupted. Isn't that LeBron's thing? This is starting to become like a media mogul.
I just like that he did not shirk his responsibilities like our coach.
Nandi Asamoah.
He didn't come out there like Arthur Smith said, "Oh, well, y'all wrote our obituary, y'all buried us anyway."
Yeah, because you blew the game.
Like, exactly. He said we got to ask for it. That's simple. That's all you. That's all you can ask for.
Accountability.
I feel way more confident about you next week than the guy who comes up with a poor attitude because you blew it. That's on you. Take your L, bro.
Yep. It is what it is, man. They got boat raced. Man.
That's embarrassing Super Bowl hangover.
I picked the Steelers to come in fourth. I picked the Bengals to come in first. Wow, the Seahawks got a goal line stand. I picked the Bengals to come in first. The Bengals played the Steelers in week 1. The Steelers won the game in overtime. Minkah Fitzpatrick is still Minkah Fitzpatrick. TJ Watt is that dude. Unfortunately, it is believed that TJ Watt tore his pec in overtime. He has gone over scheduled scans. He's gone through scheduled scans on Monday that confirmed. He's getting a second and third opinion because if he has surgery, he's out for the year. If he plays through it, he misses 6 games. If they lost and got blown out, I think he takes the surgery off top. But they won the game. And Mike Tomlin, let me tell y'all something about Mike Tomlin, Shawty. Mike Tomlin is that dude. Mike Tomlin did that. First off, this how petty he is. He did the AB dance. If y'all know.
No. Before we get there, what did I tell you about this damn dance?
It was you said it was gonna catch. I gave you your props like 4 times in 4 straight episodes. But do it now.
Mike Tomlin is doing this in Black Air Force One.
And the fact that he's doing this I don't know if it's a troll or not because AB definitely trolled AB. Told Mike Tomlin, but the fact that he's doing it and the fact that he don't care. Ooh.
What are you talking about? This is not a troll.
That's definitely a troll. I didn't know him do this. I didn't know he did that.
Yo, this is in the locker room
after the game.
Facebook Live doing the AB dance. This is the definition of a troll. I told you to not go live on Facebook. You did it anyway.
Ooh, there's smoke between Patrick Surtain and
I'm doing your dance on Facebook Live after we beat a team that nobody thought we were going to beat.
And
man's already won the season. He literally put that shit on.
That's the name of the song. And then there's the dance. So they keep showing the dance. Everybody's doing the dance.
I love this dance too.
But dang, you don't have Mike Tomlin in the Air Force Ones? Dang. So TJ Watt, but Mike Tomlin. So if y'all don't know, Black Air Force Ones are normally men. He definitely is a leader of men. Black Air Force Ones are normally associated with robbery, crime, or whatever. Wearing all black, committing robbery. In a good fight. If you see somebody in a Black Air Force Ones, that means they're probably gonna whoop your ass.
Make good decisions.
So Mike Tomlin, after being and know all your exits. Mike Tomlin, when the Bengals were picked to win the division, when the Steelers were picked to come in fourth, because we weren't the only ones that picked them to come in fourth, he brought Black Air Force Ones and said, "This is the mentality that we have. You gonna be ready for a fight." That shows, 1, yes, Kev, that he's a good leader of men, but 2, that he can relate to younger players.
Yes,
they are a young team.
Reference that is impeccable. That lets you know that he's able to coach the older guys and get that out of them. But I'm just culturally relevant enough to know what's going on and to be able to pick in my spot. I'm not going to use a bunch of slang inappropriately. I'm going to find one portion of something that I like, and that's going to be what I use.
I will say, though.
And it's going to be oriented around you being tough.
I will say, though, if they lose TJ Watt, that's cute. But they sure enough going to come into 4th place. If they lose TJ Watt, they season
5th.
Is
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
It is over.
They'll be right next to the Jets.
Now, we talked about how bad the NFC was. And, DK Metcalf and Patrick Surtain II are going at it right now. Everybody talked about how strong the AFC is over the NFC and how good the AFC is. Let me tell y'all something. The AFC played 4 games and lost all of them. That happens. Some divisions are just bad, but the fact that they played themselves, the Texans and the Colts played, and they played themselves and tied themselves. That is worse than all 4 teams losing.
Or Matt Ryan too, man.
Matt Ryan can't catch a break.
You just right. You should. I mean, even, and that's I'm gonna tell you the really messed up part. I got the Falcons on the TV. I got the Texans and Colts on my computer screen, and I'm like, all right, well, got my boys here. I'm the only person still in the Matt Ryan fan club, and I'm holding on for dear life. And this looking bad because they was getting whooped. At least they came back. And then the Falcons, you could see we watched the slow burn. So I'm just watching everything melt down at the same time. I'm like, Matt Ryan probably, I could have stayed in Atlanta for this.
What happened to Jonathan? Like, Jonathan Taylor had a really good game. Michael Pittman had a really good game. But Indianapolis needs some help. And that defense is supposed to be great. You let the Texans just jump out to a beast.
Hey, shout out to Jonathan Taylor. He did what I needed to him on fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, he's arguably one of the best backs in the league, if not the best back in the league. I think
he gave me 27.5 points, 161 yards, and a touchdown. We'll take that.
Is he the best back in the league? Is Jonathan Chat? Let me know. Is Jonathan Taylor the best back in the league?
You would say either him or Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry wasn't healthy.
Would you say Derrick
year, so
Henry? I think my dark horse is Najee Harris for this year. This year, my dark horse is Najee Harris.
Maybe, but I mean, did get. I know this. We're not covering a bunch of injuries. He did have a foot injury, but they did say that he should be able to go next week. But yeah, man, I got an actual. We do a little bit of this now. I have a dilemma. I don't have a dilemma. I'm gonna keep Taylor at my running back. I'm gonna keep Cordero at my running back. I do think that I'm going to flex out Juju, and I'm gonna put Hilaire as my flex. I think that he's just gonna be able to get touches, catches, and running, and he'll be able to score.
Oh, we talking about yeah. I mean,
but for me, I'm gonna tell you, I think I have one of the best running back groups in fantasy.
Yep. I do want to highlight DJ Reed. I know Baltimore beat the Jets, and it was 24-3, and he made a one-handed catch. And everybody got on DJ Reed about this. That he went to midfield, and he fell on his knees, and it looked like he was celebrating. And it was like, you're down 24-3 with 2 minutes and 43 seconds left. It wasn't the fact that they were down. So DJ Reed's father died right before the game. So when he was emotional the entire game. So the fact that he made the interception, he was just giving honor to his father. So and the fact that he explained it to the Ravens, his teammates were excited. His teammates were excited. But
that's a hell of a catch, man. That's a hell of a catch.
I mean,
but his teammates were excited. And the other part about this is sometimes you just have to do what you're gonna do. Fuck everybody else. Man, this is a moment for me and my family. We went through something tragic this morning, and I'm making the best of the situation. If you don't get it, you don't get it. We'll talk about it later. But in this moment, I'm gonna have my moment.
Yep. So T's and P's. We haven't said that in a long time. I think that's a good thing.
No. And shout out to Sauce, had a hell of a game too.
Sauce, man. Hey, you did bring that up, and let's talk about this because I said this, and I noticed it when nobody tried him in preseason. Sauce Gardner really might be really good.
We completed a pass on him.
And the fact that he's a rookie, and that's like the biggest thing you can say is that we completed a pass on him.
Oh yeah.
Sauce is pretty good.
Yeah. He very good. You can't ask for a game out of a rookie cornerback better than what he played. Now I will say this is the best way to get your feet wet. Because Lamar is going to throw a couple downfield, but for the most part, you don't have to worry about him blamming you out of there.
Yeah,
you're gonna get tested more as the season goes, but this is a great initial test because you're gonna play against some guys who are kind of good, but you should feel comfortable that you can go out and get it.
Yep.
No. Now that part, he's not. That Deion is a whole different. That's like saying somebody Jordan. Too good. Is he probably going to be a top cornerback in the NFL? Yes.
I think he has. I think he might be one of the. And again, this is another prisoner of the moment. Sauce Gardner has the size and ability to be the best corner in the league. I think he's bigger than Jalen Ramsey. He's more fluid than Jalen Ramsey. He's not. I mean, I'm sorry. He's taller. He's not as big as Jalen Ramsey, but he's more fluid. He's more of a ball hawk.
Now, what I do think that he has the ability to do is play a lot of years at corner and then shift to safety because
he puts on some man weight. Yeah,
he
puts on some man
and you
weight.
could do the Charles Wood. I mean, you just do the Charles Woodson when you're like, all right, cover. All right, well, now I'm just gonna play over the top.
Yeah. I wanted to bring this back before we go over the rest of the games. Some of the other interesting takes from NFL Week 1. In 2022-2023, the NFL season kicked off the night with 7 black general managers. The Chicago Bears, who won. The Washington Commanders, who won. The Minnesota Vikings, who won. I told y'all. The Atlanta Falcons, unfortunately, we blew it, but we're better than we thought they would be. The Detroit Lions, better than they thought we would be. They're better than we thought they would be. The Cleveland Browns won, and the Miami Dolphins won. These guys, are leading the change when it comes to building a roster and showing that black men can be the head of football organizations and make personnel moves.
Hey, maybe the guy who looks like the guys on the team can do something. and I don't know why y'all don't look over there at the NBA like, wow, what are those guys doing over there when 46% of their coaches are black and all of their coaches are good?
All of them.
That's the other part about black coaches and black GMs. They gotta be good. You know, it is such a good bet because either you're gonna be good or you're gonna be fired.
What I don't understand is how it took so long to get here. Like, why would you not? One of the biggest things that you learn in the business side is you want to be able to relate to your employees. If you're a leader, you want to be able to relate to your employees. We talked about Mike Tomlin being able to relate to his team. If you have that 95% of the team is black, why would you not have black GMs?
That means that's under the guys that you identify yourself and say that you can't. That takes some personal reflection. I think they're like, oh yeah, I can talk to these guys and they'll get it.
Boy,
now we know that to be not true, but I don't think that these guys are like, oh, I can't connect with these guys.
Yeah,
but then you have them suddenly make statements like, well, if the inmates are running the prison,
so we're inmates now. See. But then you guys can go buy pills and have $30,000 in prostitutes and all that stuff. Anyway, yes.
Wait, and that were you talking about the Robert Kraft situation, or were you talking about old boy with the Colts, or were you
Jim Irsay, or we talking about Jerry Jones with the prostitutes? We talking about the dude from the Commandos.
Don't forget about yes. I mean, and one day,
and this is the reason why I wanted
television show that we really need. We got the Bad Boys Club, the Bad Girls Club. Can we get the NFL Owners Club and put them in one house and make them stay there for a month?
What you talking about? That'd be a plantation. But I wanted to bring this up when it came to black general managers. All these guys, I wanted to make it known that all of these guys put on a really good show. All of these guys either won or played a really, really hell of a good game with teams that are they overperformed. Everybody on this list of team overperformed.
Let's go back through these. And before these guys got these jobs, let's talk about which one of these jobs was a good job.
But hold on. Before we do that, I want to say this. The Raiders out there with Mike Mayock. I think he's been removed as general manager. The Raiders out there with Mike Mayock have done everything wrong for his entire tenure. The only tenure that may be worse publicly and PR-wise might be Donald Trump. Like, he has had a horrible tenure as GM.
Urban Meyer.
Oh, Urban.
Chidi Pablo go everywhere, man.
Chidi Pablo he wrecked it. He wrecked it by not the players. It was him out there with the women. I'm talking about Mike Mayock.
No. If the women was a problem, but you were winning, they let it slide. You got the women and you ain't winning. Just
and you pissed off the franchise quarterback.
I mean, is he good?
Who? I mean, you drafted him number 1. You can't be if he's the number 1 draft pick. You are the one to go.
I asked you a question. I'm asking you.
We don't know. I don't know right now. I don't know. He looked pretty good yesterday. It's too early to say.
In a dogfight with tell me that you're in a dogfight with the Washington Commandos.
You asked me about him, not the team. The team is ass. You asked me about him, not the team, boy. The team is boo boo, boy. And the Broncos look like they suck, boy. But anyway,
but can we also identify that before we go back, just for 1 second, that these guys, none of these jobs are good jobs.
Nope.
And that is always the running theme when it comes to African Americans in leadership in sports. You get the worst job. The Bears, legitimately, probably one of the worst jobs. The Washington, D.C. Commanders, the team that has an owner that's a sexual harasser, had the most racist name in sports. They are a PR mess. Minnesota Vikings just fired Zimmer, 2 years ago? They got Kirk Cousins, who's captain 50, captain
50-50.
We're Atlanta Falcons fans. The whole first podcast was the meltdown of the Atlanta Falcons, which nobody's surprised by because we're the Atlanta Falcons. The Detroit Lions. I think they're the worst team in the NFL. Cleveland Browns specialize in being one of the worst teams in the NFL. And the Miami Dolphins. They were trying to bribe Tom Brady.
They were trying to bribe Brian Flores, who was the current coach.
They was handing them out. But this is what, and this is what we podcast about. And this is what we're going to talk about. This is where people bury the lead. You give these 7 individuals the worst. Todd Bowles is the only person in sports, in black sports history, to take over a job that's not terrible.
I cannot. Oh, Tony Dungy.
Was that a good situation?
Yeah, I mean, he had Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, and
but
he got Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark. I mean, he took over. The cupboard was not bare, but I understand what you're saying. I don't want to step on your point. The point is saying,
but they weren't killers.
They weren't killers. Yeah. They were playoff choke artists. Todd Bowles got an
and we're sports fans, and we have to really sit down and think, man.
Mike Tomlin did take over a good team.
Was it good or was it just a mediocre team?
No, because he won the Super Bowl right when he got there. He won the Super Bowl with James. He had James Harrison, Santonio Holmes, Antonio Bryant, Ben Roethlisberger.
Okay.
But the point. But we understand the point.
That's our hope and dream.
But what we're saying, we understand the point. Most of the time, and that's a coach. Most of the time, when it comes to GMs, we don't get the teams that are put together. You get teams that are in shambles.
And if you look at these 7 teams, it's hard to find a worse group of teams.
Yeah, they're all bad.
Like, who would you put in there and be like, man, is they worse? No, this is the seller.
The Browns.
They're in this group.
No, I'm saying they're not a bad team right now. When he took it over, they weren't a bad team. Sashi Brown set them up pretty well.
Yes, but no, even though they might not have been a bad team, let's be real here. First of all, it was a black man who had a job first. He fixed it. Now, and we're not even gonna get into
that. Is true. That is true.
The sacrificial blacks, David Tully, who did a good job. It's like, oh, you just gotta go home. For what? I did better. That's I hate this. This frustrates me. And as long as I have a podcast, I will point out the discrepancies between these guys and the guys who get hired off the Sean McVay tree who have not accomplished anything. And Matt Patricia.
I don't know about not accomplished anything. Oh, you talking about got the opportunity? Yeah. I'm about to say I don't know about not accomplished anything, but I understand what you're saying.
No. But the Matt Patricias of the world, it's just way too many. That's true. That is true.
Yeah,
got to rock with the Steelers.
But let's move on.
I didn't want to get on a tangent.
Let's move on, man. Dak Prescott out for multiple weeks, man, and I told y'all. And I'm not going to troll Sneaky because you did call me out on the 24 pack when I said they're not playing in the playoffs and I chickened out. But I told y'all something was going to happen. Something was going to happen and they weren't going to make it. First of all, I picked them not to win the division, and I don't think the division is that good. Oh. This just reinforces my decision.
You know what it would be great for you to have right now? A mobile quarterback who was available. Man, you know, Colin Kaepernick would probably be perfect right now for this team, especially considering that.
Come on, Jerry Jones ain't getting no Colin Kaepernick, Jerry.
No, but what I'm saying is, this would be perfect. And I'm gonna tell you why the other big issue is you're gonna have to put all the pressure now on Zeke. And what is Zeke? He's just like me and you, fat and out of shape. It's not gonna be great.
He is.
And here comes CD.
Zeke looked like he was running backwards yesterday. CD wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Juju
so that
Smith-Lamb. This is a meltdown. It's meltdown.
It's not looking good.
You know why I love this? Is Dak is gonna get paid come hell or high water. There's nothing you can do except for break that man off and pray for next year.
Pay him again. Yeah.
Is over. And this is the worst part about it is nobody else is even good. Eagles still mediocre. Giants still a flaming bag of trash. Washington Commanders are, like I said, New York Giants, flaming bag of garbage. Let's get on to the Chiefs.
Norwood stopped drinking. Cap to the Cowboys. Yeah, Cap is old.
Tell me that. Give me what? Joe Flacco is in the NFL. Don't tell me about quarterbacks being old. Old does not matter. If Joe Flacco can play, then it don't. Hey. But I'm gonna tell you this: whoever the Cowboys get, not gonna be good anyway. Maybe you call Andy.
Cowboys now. You know what I can see Andy happening Dalton. That would piss me off. This is what I see happening. They would go get Andy Dalton, or they would go trade for Taysom Hill.
Get both of them.
Well, they would give up. So
put them together, I don't want to. You don't have one.
But I don't want to see the Saints flourish. So they would get. Obviously, they would get a draft pick or something for that. I don't want to see the Saints flourish.
If you're stupid enough to take Tamus, you're a damn fool. And
but look, man, let's talk about these Chiefs though.
What is it to talk about? We know what this is.
Patrick Mahomes said Patrick Mahomes tried to tell y'all, hey, y'all don't know who I'm throwing the ball to anymore. Before, y'all knew it was at least was going to two people. It was either going to Travis Kelce or it was going to Tyreek Hill. And they lost Robinson too. Nobody talks about that. That's the third receiver. They lost two of their top three receivers. And
Joe Flacco is 85 years old, Josh. Get off my line.
Patrick Mahomes went out there and threw for 5 touchdowns in the first half. We knew who the Cardinals were, and obviously we forgot who Patrick Mahomes was.
No, y'all forgot. If you look at my fantasy team, I have Hilaire, I have Juju, and I have Valdez-Scantling. I don't know who it is, but if I put all three of them out there, somebody gonna catch the ball. I feel very confident in that. And I don't know why do you
getting frustrated.
and I'm happy that I have a chat here. Why do y'all believe in Mac Jones and Derek Carr, but you don't believe in Patrick Mahomes? Somebody make it make sense to me. Because I swear, people be like, oh, yeah, Mac Jones. I'm like, boy, no. Never. Never in a million years. But somehow, oh, yeah, Derek Carr and Mac Jones this year is going to be. And we ain't got, have we passed that yet?
No. Everything that's still on the list is still there.
Okay, number one, Patrick Mahomes is that guy. And I think that he probably already deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. If you don't like that answer, I honestly do not care. Also, there is no Patriot way. That is a myth that we dispelled. Like alpha men and alpha women. It's a lie.
Boy, Sneaky, you crazy as hell. You talking about Joe Flacco's younger than Matt Ryan by some months? I thought you was going to say 37. Boy, shut up, Sneaky. You just mad you're hurt over the Cowboys being right. I understand, though. But go ahead.
I don't even have anything. The Cowboys are going to take care of themselves now. That team is another dumpster fire.
Me being right. Y'all killed me for picking the Vikings in the NFC North. And I know it's early. I'm a prisoner of the moment. It's fine because I am going to stay a prisoner of the moment right here because I told y'all so. I told y'all that the Green Bay Packers, I said the defense is young, but I don't know who he's going to throw the ball to. Y'all don't even know who number 11 is. Nobody even knows. I know who he is. Who is he? That's Sammy Watkins. Y'all remember him? No, you don't. This is
from Clemson.
This is Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb has got drafted, left, and came back. You know he old.
They was talking about him. I thought he was a coach. I did not know he was on the team.
I told y'all about, and Justin Jefferson is that dude. And I told you, I said, yo, this deep. First of all, I don't believe in the Lions. I don't believe in the Lions. The Bears, I still don't believe in them. I was like, there's nobody else. The Packers don't have no receivers. The first pass he threw, they dropped the touchdown.
That guy.
Told y'all.
I'm going to tell you, as a guy who played receiver in high school, those are the moments that stick with you for the rest of your life. You're going into a huddle. This is your first NFL game of all time. They call your play. You know this is your play. In your head, you like, I'm going to beat him on this play, and I have to beat him on this play.
You know the first 15 plays are scripted, too. Matt LaFleur scripts his plays. So they've been running that script. They've been running that script for all season.
And you know they're going to call my play first. All I have to do is beat my man, which you know in your heart of hearts, I can beat my guy. What does he go out and do?
I see what you did, Josh, there.
Guy. And as soon as he does that, Rodgers drops one in the
he couldn't have handed it to him better.
and you know, we have a very unique relationship with Aaron Rodgers. We have a respect for his game. We have a disrespect for him as a human. But he dropped that thing in the bucket, and he dropped it. And there was not an excuse.
That was the end of the game.
There was not a word. And if you look at Aaron Rodgers, shout out to the cameraman. You know, one of the things that we use in the black community is somebody says, that's your boy. He gave the that's your boy look. He threw the pass. He was walking back to the huddle. He looked over at the coach and he said, you know what that means.
Cut.
I ain't pick him. You picked him. You picked this play. I threw it perfect, and he dropped it. Ain't that your boy?
Matt LaFleur better get a handle of this real quick.
Better call God.
Because Aaron Rodgers.
AB might be their answer.
Ooh, what y'all think, chat? Should the Packers go get AB? Ooh, AB would be the most. That'd be privileged as hell. OBJ, AB and OBJ.
Just get him for half the season.
That would piss me off. That would piss me off because I picked the Vikings to win. That would make me angry. That would be like, come on, man.
Think about it, though. I mean, the other part is Aaron Rodgers will be the coach of this team. I mean, he's already the coach of this team more than the coach is. But if he could just get them to act like they got a little bit of common sense. Hey, AB and OBJ.
Yeah, that would kill me, man. That would kill me. Another team that I did not see this coming. I did not see this coming at all. The Giants beat the Titans, but the thing is, when you look back at it, and I hate hindsight, the Titans ain't got no receivers.
Wait, Wait. Now, if you guys, and if you were somehow able to miss the NFL preview, please go back to my take on the Titans. I said what this is, has already come and gone. This is a bad, you know when you're in a relationship with somebody and you're like, well, I should probably end this a month ago. This is what the Titans is right now. They let Tannehill scam way too long. You should have moved on from him and got your new quarterback. And now you let A.J. Brown go. This relationship has gone on too long. Break up. That y'all should have been broken up. This is the season that makes you understand that we probably should have done this 2 years ago. You could have been happy with your new man, and I could have been happy with my new woman 12 months, 24 months ago, but we fought through this terrible relationship for no reason.
Before we keep talking about it, I want to address Sneaky. Sneaky, there's no way that the Cowboys have the ability to sign Odell Beckham Jr. right now. Now, he may be able to, if Dak comes back early and they look like a promising team, that probability may go up.
Why would OBJ go to Dallas?
There's no way he's going to Dallas because there's nobody to throw him the ball right now. So that's
Who is the quarterback in Dallas? That is actually a really good question. Do we have an answer to that?
I don't think it's worth looking up because obviously we don't know who he is.
I'll tell you right now,
but
we
back
no
to the
longer
Giants.
have the worst quarterback situation in the NFL.
But we don't. Back to the Giants. The Giants and Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley has done a lot of talking.
Are you interested in Marcus Mariota, though? We can't give you a good bridge if you want to buy one. If you're interested in a bridge quarterback, please reach out to me and Reggie at the Splashcast. We will let you have Marcus Mariota for, I ain't going to say for little or nothing, for the right price. Oh, Cooper Rush. Let me tell you this. As much as
he said, Cooper Rush.
Hey, Marcus Mariota is better than Cooper Rush. I feel confident about that.
Yeah?
You laughing.
Dang. That would suck.
I'm negotiating. I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. You want Cooper Rush or Marcus Mariota, and I'm going to tell you the right answer is not Cooper Rush.
Let's talk about the Giants, though. Saquon Barkley backed his talk up, had 100 yards and had 150 yards rush, 164 yards rushing and a touchdown.
In fantasy by himself.
Okay, big mad. Hey, man, the Giants are 1-0. The Giants and the Eagles and the
How many times they said
that? The Giants, Eagles, and Commanders are all tied atop the NFC East, and the Cowboys are falling fast.
One more time.
Giants, Eagles, and Commandos. All 1-0.
4 types are terrible. It's like an episode of Power. No matter what decision I make, it's going to be bad.
And, of course, I said this earlier. The Panthers had to go get a Browns reject for quarterback, and looks like they lost. Just like I said they would lose. And both of these teams can stay out of my DMs because y'all are still both boo-boo. So, therefore.
Nope. You want to know what the worst part about this is? Sam Darnold is somewhere like, I could have done this.
Could he have, though?
I mean, if anybody would know, it would be you.
What, Sam Darnold?
Yeah. That's your boy forever. As long as I'm tied to Matt Ryan, you're tied to Sam Darnold.
Because I said that he deserves a fresh start from Carolina. I think he'll be better. It's Adam Gase's fault.
You said that it was Adam Gase.
It was Adam Gase and him. They were both equally trash.
If there was just team in they the became NFC loses a dumpster to this Dallas team. I mean, yeah. All of these teams.
See, now you sound like Norwood with the big cop out, Sneaky. Dallas got a whole lot of talent. They just got to find a quarterback.
No. I'm not sure they have a whole lot of talent. I think that they have the equal amount of talent as the rest of these guys they're playing.
Man, they keep throwing the ball to Jerry Jeudy. I'm about to motherfucking lose. But this game was interesting. It's kind of weird in this game, not because of how it played out, not because the defense played well, not because of Baker Mayfield doing okay. Nick Chubb is the starting running back. Kareem Hunt has asked for a trade. Kareem Hunt had 2 touchdowns. Nick Chubb had none, including Kareem Hunt rushing the ball at the goal line. So for a running back that wants to leave and a running back that feels like they're underestimated and is loyal as Nick Chubb, it's interesting that Kareem Hunt got those touchdowns and not Nick Chubb.
And sorry to whoever has Nick Chubb and not Kareem Hunt for those vulture touchdowns. Those are the worst ones when you got a guy who carries the team all the way down the field, and then at the very last minute you have another person vulture in and get the touchdown. Oh,
I have
man.
Nick Chubb on my team, and he got me like 18 points, but if he had them 2 touchdowns, it would have been like 26. I was like, come on, man.
Yes, sir. I know that feeling. I back in the day when I had Jarek and used to see Matt Asiata come in there at the very end and goal line and finish a drill, you'd be like, man, come on, give my man the ball. Let him. I mean,
Man,
Brissett is.
Oh, my bad.
I'm never gonna be disappointed in Brissett. Brissett is a top tier bridge quarterback. That's it. He's not the guy who you're gonna use every. He's not gonna carry you 17 games. But if you need a Band-Aid, he's the guy to do it.
So, yeah, I forgot to say this about the Chiefs game, man. Justin Reed is the epitome of job security. He literally cannot be fired from the Chiefs right now because he is the second best kicker on the Chiefs. And I dare to say, from what we've seen, he may be in the top 32 of kickers in the league. Not only is he kicking the ball out of there, he's hitting 30 and 40-yard field goals.
Well, this is the thing that I think that we need. First of all, I'm renegotiating my contract. I'm starting at 2 different positions. One on defense, one on special teams. Y'all got to pay me a little bit more.
100%. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. He definitely did that.
And you know what the messed up part about this is Russell Wilson is 24-32, 315 yards, a touchdown, and no interceptions. He is who we thought he was. Yeah, just like I told y'all he was good, and y'all was like, oh, no, he washed up. Washed and dried, folded, and he right back at it. And let me tell you, it's the same thing with James Harden. Y'all left him for dead, he going to come back with a vengeance.
Hey, man, the Bucs look like the Bucs. Tom Brady looks like he has a connection with Julio Jones. Their offense did sputter. I am intrigued about this Bucs team because the way that you blitz Tom Brady and the way that you get him flustered is up the middle. And Dallas, let me tell y'all, Micah Parsons Jr. is really that dude. He's a beast. He was playing out there by himself.
Mama, there goes that man.
Trayvon
and I know y'all wanted Patrick Surtain. Jerry, you must have built some goodwill with the man upstairs.
Because Trayvon Diggs is pretty good too.
I have big questions about Diggs. Diggs is high risk, high reward. He gets beat a lot.
Well, yesterday he did not. He didn't get beat yesterday.
Yes, he did.
For a touchdown?
Yes, Mike Evans in the end zone, laid back.
Oh wow, touchdown, flag holding. Oh, yeah, but the Bucs, Tom Brady, man, they don't look as invincible as I thought they would.
Don't see you are a prisoner of the moment. Tom Brady does the exact same thing every year. We start out slow, we got to figure it out. And he's a cerebral player. He wants some more tape on you. He wants to see your nuances. So to win the first game, all right, I'm just going to get you there. That's the reason he's on my fantasy as my backup quarterback.
In other news, man, the Patriots lost to Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Show me what he looks like in like 6-7 weeks.
In other news, the Pats and the Dolphins played, and the Dolphins beat the Patriots. Mac Jones got a back injury. The Dolphins did win, but that's another team that didn't look as impressive as I thought they would. I don't know what the Patriots are doing with having no offensive coordinator and a bunch of failed people as offensive coordinator. But
there is no Patriot way. And I tell y'all this every week, and I'm going to continue to tell. It is Tom Brady. And Tom Brady makes it more and more clear every week. I am the reason that this team was good.
Tom Brady don't go to bad situations either, though. But I see what it will forever be Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick. Like Tom Brady, it's not Belichick, like
win something. Hey, bro, you're not winning nothing.
Yeah, and the Eagles squeaked by the Lions. The Lions look pretty good, man. The Lions, I didn't expect this. The Eagles, I picked to win the NFC East. Yeah, the Lions may have one of the better offensive East The Lions may have one of the better offensive lines in the league, and they are scrappy. They scored 35 points. I know Aaron Glenn is pissed off at that defense. I got to catch up. I got to finish watching Hard Knocks. But Jalen Hurts and the Eagles put up a lot of points. A.J. Brown had the most yards and catches in a debut franchise record. They look pretty good.
Tennessee, you look stupid. You look Stu and Ped. I'll tell you that right now.
Well,
It's
no. Tennessee traded him. He requested a trade, remember?
I don't care. People in hell want ice water. I'm not letting you go. Not especially not to go over there.
You say that,
like
but they become toxic part the locker room. They become toxic part of the locker room.
Didn't I start this podcast off with you better put your N95 mask on? Same thing go for you. Toxicity. Toxicity, blood, alcohol, whatever you want to call it. We're going to figure it out.
And finally,
the receivers are not good. We told you that. You starting a wide receiver one. You're starting a wide receiver two as a wide receiver one. I've been telling y'all that. And I told y'all that because y'all did that in the past. Jerry Jones is a damn fool.
Let her know how you feel, Norwood.
Be honest.
Hey, man. And then, of course, my dark horse team that I have making it to not only winning their division, making it to the AFC Championship game. I think their quarterback may be, I don't even know if he can be most improved because he is going to be damn good. Justin Herbert and the Chargers beat the Raiders. That defense played well early. They faded at the end. The Raiders are literally Devontae Adams and nobody else.
Okay, so number one, I told y'all that's what that team was. Trash. Then on top of that.
I mean, we picked them to go fourth. Everybody picked them to finish fourth in their division.
And now y'all stuck with Derek Carr.
Yeah, no. I can't justify that signing of Derek Carr. I mean, he was 22 of 37 for 295 yards, 2 touchdowns.
What is that to write home about?
Wait, I'm not finished. And 3 interceptions. They can't run the ball. They just paid Darren Waller all that money. He was okay. Man, this
is a Cowboys podcast when your team is good, but they're terrible. And
Mike
now y'all
Mayock.
are stuck. You're gonna have to overpay for a wide receiver one. You're gonna have to go get one.
Are you talking about No, they about to go get. You talking about the Cowboys?
Yeah.
The Cowboys are gonna have to go get a quarterback. They'll have to go get a quarterback. They'll rock with the skill players they got. They need a 8 weeks. That's half the season. It's and he's not gonna be able to come back.
Cooper Rush will get you home.
No.
Absolutely. Cooper Rush, Color Rush, rush on home.
But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the football segment of the Splash Cast, episode 70 of Round the League. We got one. Nobody's going to go get Cap, bro. Cap took the money. Cap he is blackballed from the NFL at this point. It is a wrap. They're not going to do it. Why would you, as an employer, why would you hire somebody that sued you? It's just not going to happen. Take race out of it. Why would you hire somebody that sued you? Wouldn't happen.
I mean, double down on a poor decision. We've all done it before. Won't be the first time, won't be the last time. That's how Reggie got linked to Sam Darnold. So we all make mistakes.
Like when you pick Florida to beat Kentucky.
And we appreciate you guys for sticking with us during this fantastic football segment. This is the first segment of the season where we've had football, NFL football, and NCAA football. And as you can tell, the blood is flowing. We are happy about this. I done drank my little tequila and lemonade to try to make me feel at least a little bit better about myself as I continue to struggle and fight this fight every day. But we're coming back with a couple splashes of the week. We'll give you the updates on what happened with baseball, and we got another cool story about guys getting degrees. See you soon.
Yeah, man. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Back.
My money don't sleep, I'm slow to speak. For the whole P, it's holy. Take 250, right overseas. I'm a ghetto superstar like I'm ODB. My closet clean, rock everything. He wanna shoot it, let it ring. Take everything and flee the scene. Real red fiend, ready for anything. My young niggas still they popping off. High tail and drop them off. Internet they tough as hell. Outside they cotton soft. Drink got a nigga high as hell. I was down there nodding off. Floor seats I be fly as hell. Wrist frost I could buy a loaf. 350 my service fee. An extra one is courtesy. Had the Phantom out in London. Told them close the curtains please. And she be with me every week. Miami Beach with dope B off a T. New Fazos on crease them up. My Maybach creeping up. They don't pat me down at no club. I gotta keep it tucked. All the gang ties rooted like a fucking tree trunk. Just make sure you put some respect on it when you speak of us. My money don't sleep. I'm slow to speak. For the whole P, it's holy. Take 250, right overseas. I'm a ghetto superstar like I'm ODB.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
You jamming to a little 24, huh?
To the little 24 pack. We were listening to it. I know y'all like it. Welcome back to our final segment of episode 70 of the Splashcast, the splashes of the week. These are some cool stories that we normally try to big up athletes as they're doing great things either in the community for themselves or just improving life as in general. And we also put news in there that we think is breaking that necessarily you really wouldn't hear about in other places, or you know, something that we think is cool. First off, what they gave Amari away for a Snickers bar.
Especially after what you paid for him, you damn fool. Great job, Jerry Jones. Asset management.
Todd Bowles, 37 years after he left college to pursue his career in the NFL, Buccaneers head coach Todd Bowles earned his degree last week from the University of Mount St. Mary's University, a small Catholic liberal arts school with a 214-year history. He is now having a college degree. We always talk about.
We try to champion this every time. You know, Steph just got his degree. Todd Bowles getting his. Anytime that we see people going back, you know, whether it be for your time after this or just starting something and finishing it, we want to make sure that we bring some notoriety to that, celebrate these people, and staying focused and completing a tremendous life goal.
100, man. 100, man. If we can celebrate you making wins and signing contracts, not only being head coach, we got to celebrate all the things that we do off the field. We always talk about coaches and players and people just getting their education and continuing their education. To do it while being after 37 years is awesome. Major League Baseball.
Y'all got everywhere else to go to get all the other stuff. You come to the Splashcast where we celebrate actual humans here.
Yep. Major League Baseball. And if you follow baseball, and if you don't, you know that
if you follow us, you follow at least a little bit of baseball because we
follow the Braves. So, but Major League Baseball has over the last probably 5 years tried to find a way to not. It is viewed as the boring game, right? They're trying to. I don't want to say jazz up. They're trying to add more excitement to baseball.
Speed it up and make it more interesting.
Yep, speed up the game. So, they have voted to implement a pitch clock, larger bases, and ban defensive shifts starting in 2023. There will be a 15-second clock with bases empty, 20 with runners on, and 2 fielders on each side of second base bag, both feet on the dirt. You know what that means? We about to have some offense.
Yep. Bigger bases does just make it. I mean, it makes it a little bit easier. That helps the offense, makes it more difficult on the defense. Pitch clock just speeds the game up. I'm a little interested in seeing the actual application of that because pitchers are such rhythmic people. It's a I can't think of the word. It's a habit. It's a way that they do things every time the exact same way. And knowing that there's a clock that is somewhere back there is got to psychologically, play with a person who's a creature of habit. But I'm interested. And Sneaky, I'm with you. I don't really like the defensive shifts. I don't like banning it because I feel like if we can, and we've covered it here, we can move everybody to the right side, and you just have no ability to hit to the left side. I don't necessarily. I think that we should give them the opportunity to do that. So, but I'm also not invested in baseball the same way as everybody else. I just want to see points and stuff.
So we from the baseball that I watch that we see, I don't know if pitchers take more than 20 seconds to pitch. I need to get some more details when it comes to pitching and this pitching clock, because does it reset when the batter steps out of the box? We've watched a lot of baseball. We've pretty much watched probably about 75% of the Braves game over the last 4 or 5 years. And I don't know if pitchers take 20 seconds.
No. It's not that. It's the psychologically. It's like when you do something and you don't have a time period to do something, then it's not a big pressure for you. But if somebody said, all right, we got 25 seconds to do something you're probably used to doing in 10 seconds, in the back of your head, you're going to be like, oh, man, 24, 23, 22. So it's just psychological.
I guess. I think the bigger bases are so that more people can get on base, right? Like that's what it seems to me, especially on the first baseline. You have a larger
target to slide at, to tag. That's more offense. All of this is either faster play or more points. You know, you see basketball has made a extreme fundamental shift to scoring more points.
Well, with banning defensive shifts, I think they're going to go back and revisit that one, because I do understand why you put that rule in. We've seen places where they're literally abandoning the left side, but at the same time, man, that's some BS to me. Pete Carroll just blew the game.
I agree.
That's some BS to me. If you can pull the ball or hit the opposite way, the shift doesn't matter. If you can hit the ball over the park, I mean, it is what it is. Be a better hitter. To me, that's probably the one that I don't necessarily agree with. To me.
What do you mean they just blew the game? I feel like you're ahead of me.
I am ahead of you, so that's why I didn't want to say nothing after that.
Is this good for us or is it bad for us?
Good for us.
And that is what I'm thinking about right now. And I mean, we closing out the show now. We've covered basically everything at this point. But we asked ourselves, when it comes to the Denver Broncos, can you play up to the standard of Russell Wilson? And if Russell gets this win right here, boy,
it'd be in the spike because he's had a lot of drop.
It is just so Russell Wilson to just be like, here I am with a group of guys who's not really great, dropping balls, and I'm going to get them home. Could Cam Newton do this? Probably not.
That is
a
discussion for another day. That's a discussion for another day.
I made up in my head for a very long time. Russell Wilson versus Cam Newton.
Who's better?
I know that there has to.
Who's better?
No, I don't even think that's close.
Yeah, I'm trying. What's the question?
I think there's only one person who thinks that they're better, and I think that's Cam Newton himself.
I'm gonna give you your line. Cam Newton had better tools. I think Russell Wilson fell into a better situation, and I think Russell Wilson was able to flourish more, and Cam Newton wasn't. But I do think Russell Wilson is better and has had a better career.
I wholeheartedly agree. I think that is a fantastic place.
With that being said,
for us to put a pin in this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of episode 70 of the Around the League edition of the Splashcast. Thanks to everybody that joined the world. Splashcast versus the World chat that came and talked to us.
We've had a fire-filled one. Let's take a moment here and just be happy that football season is back. For a lot of this means a lot to us. Mm-hmm. This is our favorite time of the year. So we approach homecoming season. It's college football. It's professional season. Pro football season. And as bad as my weekend was, I still am happy that it happened. And I hope
did it set you free of hope?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Reggie, can you pull up where these people can find us, please? Like an evil.
You talk trash to me. I'm telling you. Oh, no, we're not going here yet. Let me finish what I got to say. No, let me finish what I got to say. I don't ever initiate all the trash talk.
The way back.
I don't ever initiate the trash talk. I am very respectful. But when you flip the switch, I am going to annihilate you. I am very humble. I have an Alabama friend.
Not even in this, what segment is this?
I don't care. It's Reggie's segment. I have an Alabama friend that I don't talk trash to because we're very respectful. But when you come for me, New Orleans Saints fans, when you come for me, Carolina Panthers, Cleveland Browns, when you come for me, Cleveland Browns, when you come for me, Florida, when you come for me and then tell me to when you come hit me, when you come try to hit me and then tell me to calm down when I knock your ass out, that's not fair. You started this, so I'm coming for you. Saints, y'all some trash. Florida, we are who you thought you were. You tricked. I let you talk me into picking Florida over Kentucky. Shouldn't have done it. You lost me a 6-pack. I shouldn't have bet on Anthony Richardson. He ain't whatever. All of that. The smoke is here. This is the energy you're gonna get all the way until when's February. You're welcome.
Man.
Now, let's get back to
Please
this.
pull up the Instagram. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
If you see their link tree, click that, please. Now, once you get to the link tree, you're going to be able to find the Splashcast everywhere. You can see us YouTube, the Splashcast, Apple Podcasts, the Splashcast, Spotify, the Splashcast, Google Podcasts, the Splashcast, Instagram at the Splashcast, Twitter, they were a hater at _ the Splashcast, Twitch, where we are live at this very moment. The Splashcast, TikTok, the Splashcast. That's a bonus playlist. And then there is the Twitter. The Twitter right now on Saturdays and Sundays is going to be volatile. There's nothing else to say about it. Follow us.
This will be our personal Twitters. This will be our personal Twitters where we'll have our personal Atlanta Raised and Ludacris as well, so y'all can follow them.
Yeah, I try to stay as respectful as I can on the Splashcast. I just go to my personal for my real angry agendas.
I'm not responsible.
And then we also have the Splashcast playlist home. We have the master list, which I think now is at 56 hours of music. We have the Splashcast Facebook. And for you podcasters, creators, etc., you can reach us on Anchor at the Splashcast. If you could do me the favor, Reggie, that's us on Twitch. This always a chance where I get to see my handsome face looking at my handsome face. And the only thing better than one of me is two of me.
Two.
Yeah, so you can watch three of me.
Three. You had 3 L's this weekend too, didn't you?
Hey, if you please click on that right there, this is the Splashcast schedule. Thank you, Lord Jesus and Christ, my Savior, for dealing with Reggie. Here we are on this beloved Monday night.
You started
this is, of course, one of your favorite shows on Monday Night Raw, where we cover everything. Tuesday, tomorrow, we will release the Atlanta edition, which will cover our sorrows of Braves, Falcons, and Hawks.
A lot of smoke, though.
Wednesday, the Splashcast 24-pack will come out, completed today. More heat. I will also tell you that, fellas, you might want to go ahead and peruse that Ari Lennox. That is it. And if you're listening to it, your lady's probably already heard it 12 times. Like I told you before, we had to redeem ourselves after Rotimi played that clown ass music or whatever he did. So we started out with Lil Jeezy and Lil T.I. to take y'all back to a different time. Thursday, this episode Around the League will come out. You'll be able to hear all of this, the entire football breakdown, basically everything we talked about today. And then, of course, we will be back for one of our favorite and most fun segments, Saturday Morning Live. More beers to bet, more games to win, more asses to kick.
I'm about to go
this
to the
has
store
been
soon,
excellent
buy some
show.
Beer. I owe my dad.
I am so happy to be back with football. I think the football is happy to be back with me. And Russell Wilson seems to be doing what he does best, leading his team down the field in clutch moments.
So he must be behind.
I don't know if that's good or bad. That either means that he
I got
scored
Russell Wilson
or
as
he
a
turned the
quarterback,
ball
so it
over.
don't matter to me. Either way, I got Russell Wilson and Josh Allen on fantasy football, so I'm out here.
Oh, that is bad. That's very bad.
But
with
only
that said,
yeah, go about to say finish up.
we've covered number one. More black baseball. Yes, I will be at homecoming. Number 2, more black cowboys and more black cowgirls. Number three, and by far the most important, the historically black college university that you graduated from, your mother graduated from, your favorite cousin graduated from, your grandmother graduated from. Send some money over there and put on behalf of the Splashcast. We want to make sure that, we are helping influence the culture, make sure that historically black college universities get better and better each day. The historically black college university in your neighborhood, the one that you go to for your secondary homecoming, you typically know people over there and they treat you like family. Send some money over there. And then finally, when me and Reggie both got our undergraduate degrees, the schools that we both bleed blue and white for, send money to the greatest learning institution in all the world, the Hampton University. We are more than happy
Southern
to just
University.
take 18. Yes. Hampton University is asking for $18.68 since we were founded in 1868. Please do that, care of Splashcast. We would truly appreciate that. In the future, we plan to start highlighting people, and that's all we're asking for. $18.68 sent to Hampton, and hopefully we will get you on the show or get you onto the social media here soon. We look forward to doing that. We look forward to homecoming season. We look forward to more, and Splashcast and IT Media got some more stuff on the way. How about that? Bet you didn't know that, did you? Shout out to my grandmama. There's only one thing for us to do now, Reggie, and what's that, my friend? Hang out.